A bit of a hill.
His mother said, if you're coming to school, you got to bring your sister because they have to go and work in the fields. So this kid carries his 1-year-old sister everywhere. A lot of those kids don't eat in the morning. A lot of those kids, the only place they do eat is at that school.
I thought going up that mountain, Mary's meals can reach everywhere, that there's a hungry child.
You see what happens after a simple meal? It just came to life.
Love reaches everywhere.
Parkview Sports Medicine's integrated sports medicine team is built to serve the needs of all athletes in all sports. Our team's only goal is to improve athletes in every facet. PSM offers performance training to help athletes get better on the field, dedicated athletic rehabilitation and physical therapy to help them get better off of it, certified athletic trainers in our PSM schools providing daily support to our athletes, and a specialized orthopedic walk-in clinic when injury strikes. Call 260-266-4007 to speak to our care navigators or visit ParkviewSportsMedicine.com to learn more about what we can do to improve athletes at all levels. Parkview Sports Medicine. Become more. Joint pain, sprains, strains, or a possible broken bone? Make the Parkview Ortho Express walk-in clinic your first stop when you have an orthopedic or sports injury. Call 260-266-4007 for more information.
Welcome to the Summit City, home to the 260's dedicated high school athletes and fans. Each victory and celebration captured by our cameras. Treasure the highlights from the Summit Athletic Conference this season, or complete games live or on demand. After all, nobody's more proud to call Fort Wayne home than SummitCitySports.com.
I was once a Southside kid who was led on a journey by high school football. A journey that taught me discipline, toughness, and the skills that made me a success. As a businessman with a CPA license who owns his own firm, I still use the building blocks of high school sports in my everyday life. Someday sports will end no matter what level you reach, but you will be left with the skills to compete in the next game, the game of life.
Joint pain, sprains, strains, or a possible broken bone? Make the Parkview Ortho Express walk-in clinic your first stop when you have an orthopedic or sports injury. Parkview Ortho Express, located at the Sport One Parkview Fieldhouse, gives you access to quick care and orthopedic physicians when you need it most. Get x-rays, treatment, and referrals to Parkview Care, all in the convenience of a walk-in clinic. Call 260-266-4007 for more information.
Thank you for watching Summit City Sports. To help broaden our coverage, we're asking you to become a monthly sponsor to our Patreon account. We produce weekly highlights and live video broadcast. When the Homestead girls golf team won its first state title in program history, we were there. When Fort Wayne brought back 3 state titles in cross country, we were there. We believe in sharing positive stories and setting the standard for how high school sports should be covered. Join us and donate today.
The Kelly Automotive Group is simple, transparent, reliable. Simple. Our customer specialists make buying a car easy and fun. Transparent. Our price listed is the best price. No hassle, no gimmicks. Reliable. Buy with confidence and peace of mind. We work hard to ensure the best value however you shop. Come see us in Decatur at the 2733 Auto Mall and shop 7 brands in one location. The Kelly Automotive Group. Simple, transparent, reliable.
This is an invitation to join a movement propelled by people who care and members who have a share in the place they bank.
Good morning, Sam.
So when you have the chance to get your first home loan, you know an expert will guide you every step of the way. Or when it's time to buy your new car, you'll be treated like more than just a credit score.
Good news, ProFed can get you that payment.
This is an invitation to a place where simply belonging can help enrich your whole community. ProFed Credit Union. You're invited.
Welcome in, everybody, to New Haven, Indiana for the Summit City Sports Game of the Week. It's the Leo Lions here to take on the New Haven Bulldogs in a pivotal NE8, Northeast 8 Conference matchup. Leo comes in with a 2-1 record. They're 1-0 in conference play after beating Norwell last week 17-0. They bring with them a running style offense that's captained by Jackson Barber. Barber himself has 19 carries for 81 yards with a touchdown. He's a junior at 5'7", 165. He's also thrown the ball 16 times, completed 10 of them for 118 yards, 2 touchdowns, 2 interceptions, completion percentage of 63%. In the backfield, number 11, Caden Miller, is absolute firework waiting to happen. Miller is a junior at 5'6", 180. He also returns kicks, where he had a big game for the Leo Lions against Woodland, returning a punt for a touchdown and returning a kickoff all the way inside the 5-yard line. Looking at the New Haven Bulldogs, this is their first conference game of the season. They're 3-0 entering today, after beating Pioneer last week on the road 32-28, scoring 14 unanswered points there in the fourth quarter to pull off that victory. Of course, Pioneer was one of the top teams in 2A. New Haven pulling off that victory. New Haven's led by Jakar Williams, the junior quarterback at 6'4", 220 pounds. Williams has 557 passing yards on the season. It ranks him number 7 in the area. Of course, Deuce Taylor and Jeff Becker, who we saw last week, are 1-2, with Deuce Taylor leading it, 1,104 passing yards on the season. Jakar Williams with 8 touchdowns and 2 interceptions. He likes to keep an eye out on the senior, Lane Woodson. The senior wide receiver at 6'1", 187 has 10 receptions for 310 yards and 4 touchdowns. But in this game, it's all about the linebackers. DeAndre Wright, number 3, the studious DeAndre Wright. He's got a great GPA, 29 tackles, 2 sacks, 9 tackles for a loss, and 2 fumble recoveries on the season. The inside linebackers listed at 6'2", 220 pounds. And his running mate is number 10, Isaac Carswell, 23 tackles through 3 games, 7 tackles for loss, and a fumble recovery. Carswell listed at 5'10", 220. So here in the booth with me is Joe Walburn. My name is Jeff Mahoney, and on camera we have Pat Reith. And Joe, you got to love this matchup. It's a running team against maybe the best duo of linebackers in Northeast Indiana.
Yeah, it's old school football tonight. You talk about those linebackers for New Haven. I love Dre Wright, 6'2", 220, D1 kid. He's been playing out here since he's a freshman. 9 or 10 tackles a game, has so much ability to get to the football, and I think he's probably one of the more instinctual linebackers we've ever seen play. Just great instincts to chase the ball. And then his running mate, Isaac Carswell. Carswell's only a junior, but 7 tackles for a loss. So that's a great combination in the middle for New Haven. You're going to need that tonight, because against Leo tonight, Leo is going to come in with the old wing T. And tonight for the defense for New Haven, it's all about assignment football. Now, as far as Leo's going to come in and pack it in and run that football, because Leo really feels their strength is their line up front. And we talk about that with the Landon Livingston. Livingston's got 6'5", 275, multiple D1 offers, big kid, strong at the point of attack, and Leo really wants to run behind him. Then you got DJ Allen, the tight end, 6'7", 220. So Leo's one of the bigger teams we've seen this year. They're huge up front. And what I like what Coach Souter does, Jeff, is he really rotates those backs. You mentioned, Caden Miller, a lot of backs that can run the ball. Ethan Crawford,
averages almost 4 or 5 yards a carry. Miller's averaging almost 9 yards a carry. But Leo likes to rotate those backs. They like to really pack it in and run the football. But we also know Jackson Barber has a good arm. So we'll see what Leo can do. I mean, if I'm New Haven, I tell you what, it would be tempting tonight if I'm New Haven to roll into the old 46 defense and put as many guys at the point of attack to take away that run game. So let's see. You know, Norwell tried to take away that run game, and Leo was able to grind it out to get the win last week, but Leo only completed one pass. I think tonight against New Haven, Jeff, Leo's going to have more success and a little bit more balance because New Haven is really athletic, not only at the linebackers, but New Haven is good up front, and they average about 225 pounds up front with their front three. So it's a great county matchup. It's a big game for New Haven because if New Haven can win this game, it really opens up the conference the rest of the way for New Haven.
You know, really love the offensive tackle. Landon Livingston actually listed as the right guard today at 6'5", 275. And this offensive line for Leo averages 249 per man, so it's a big O-line. What I like about Livingston is he finishes his blocks. He's a ferocious, a tenacious offensive lineman, and that's why he's getting a lot of those D1 looks. And one guy to keep an eye out today, he might be the pivotal player here for the Leo Lions, is the wide receiver, Rylan Crawford.
Yeah, I really like Crawford. When I watched the tape last week against Norwell, Crawford really jumped off the screen. He's number 9, a junior, 6'3", about 180 pounds. He's caught 7 passes for 95 yards this year, but he's also excellent at the corner position. So Crawford's very underrated, and I think he could be a factor tonight, Jeff. But really, another junior kid that's a tremendous prospect in Crawford.
Yeah, Crawford listed at 6'3", 180, is also getting those Division I looks. So Jackson Barber's got an arm. It's not that he can't throw it, but this is the offense that Leo runs. And tonight, like you said, if Leo does decide to load the box, will they go to the air? Because last year, Barber was able to pull him out some wins behind that strong arm. So NE8 matchup today, we're going to take a listen to Casey O'Boyle in Northeast Indiana game night to hear what he had to say about the Leo Lions versus the New Haven Bulldogs. Welcome in, everybody, to week number 4 of the Indiana High School football season. My name is Jeff Mahoney with Summit City Sports. We have Casey O'Boyle with Northeast Indiana game night. And we're going to go over the week 4 games, starting with the Summit City Sports game of the week and the game night game of the week, the hot ticket, which is Leo at New Haven. Leo comes in with a 2-1 record. New Haven is undefeated and coming off a big victory last week. This game, Casey, is going to go far into determining the NE8 conference championship.
Well, I think so. I think consensus is these are the two teams right on the heels of East Noble. I think we'll find out a little bit more about East Noble tonight, hosting Penn. That being said, this is the hot ticket. Leo 2-1, 3-0. New Haven. I think it's contrasting styles too, Jeff. You've got Leo wanting to ground and pound, of course. Very vanilla offense. They'll chew up a ton of clock with their ground game, and they rely heavily on their kicking game, which I think is exceptional, one of the best in the area. Last week, Carson McCauley was their MVP, had a 48-yard punt average, 3 punts inside the 20, 2 inside the 10-yard line. One of them was a coffin corner beauty where the coverage guys didn't even have to touch the ball, just rolled out at like the 2 or 3. So he's a fantastic kicker, and they've had some great kickers at Leo through the years. And then on the other side, I think New Haven is a little bit showier, if you will, offensively. They want to throw it around a little bit with junior quarterback Jakar Williams. He's thrown this year for 457 yards, but he's only 26 of 62, so below 50 percentile there. Something to keep an eye on against that Leo defense, which was tremendous last week. Gave up only 8 yards in a win over Norwell. Had a pick 6 from their big 6'7" defensive end, DJ Allen. And so it's a great matchup. We've already talked a lot this year about those linebackers out at New Haven. and they're going to need another big night tonight, I think. Those linebackers, of course, are Isaac Carswell and Dre Wright. Together, they've got probably 45, 50 tackles between the two of them. It's going to be a great matchup, and I think certainly a game to keep an eye on.
No, we haven't seen a whole lot from the quarterback over at Leo this year, Jackson Barber, and they got a nice receiver in Rylan Crawford, who's only a junior at 6'3", 170 pounds. Do you think maybe this is the week where the passing game could get going? Because like you said, the linebackers over there at New Haven are two of the best that you're going to find as far as a collective group, collective duo in Northeast Indiana.
Yeah, this may be the week, and you can't help but wonder if these last few weeks the play calling was that much quieter, if you will, in terms of the passing game. Jackson Barber, as you mentioned, just 10 of 16 on the year in 3 games, 118 yards. I mean, Deuce Taylor and Jeff Becker do that sometimes in 2 series. And so definitely a run-first approach for the Leo Lions. Rylan Crawford, as you mentioned, 6'3". 7 of those receptions have gone to him this year for 95 yards. So he's got the potential. He's getting D1 looks. He's got that long frame. And I think this could be the night. I fully expect New Haven to load up the box and make Leo prove to them that they can throw the ball.
So that was Casey O'Boyle from Northeast Indiana Game Night. Always a wealth of knowledge. And, yeah, what a performance last week by the kicker/punter for the Leo Lions. He made the Summit City Sports top 10 players. But, Joe, you watched that game last week. Leo winning against Norwell, handing Norwell their first loss of the season, 17-0. What a performance by that kicker.
Yeah, he was awesome. I'll tell you what, Norwell played well, but right from the beginning, McCauley pinned Norwell deep on their first possession, Jeff, and that's where Norwell tried to throw the screen pass, and DJ Allen got the big interception and took it in the end zone for the first points of the game. But McCauley, on 4 of his punts, 3 of them were inside the 20-yard line. He averaged 48 yards per punt, and he had a 39-yard field goal. So with him pinning Norwell back, and Norwell just doesn't have the explosive offense to throw the ball, so every drive Norwell had to put together an 80-yard drive or a 90-yard drive, and they just couldn't do it, and Leo's defense is good enough to get off the field. So McCauley's quite a weapon. And we talk about special teams every week, but Leo really has an advantage in this game on special teams. It's going to be interesting if it comes down to that.
Carson McCauley is a senior kicker punter at 5'9", 185. Joe, what is it about Leo and these kickers? I don't know if you'll remember this name, but Ben Von Gunten. He was named to the NAIA starting lineup. Okay, so basically he's going to be a preseason All-American over at Indiana Wesleyan. He's one of the top kickers in all of NAIA football for the Wildcats, and he's only a junior.
Yeah, just great kickers, and I think really it comes down to Coach Souter. This is his 15th year for Jared, and Jared's 120-40, so he's won 75% of his games. He's taken 2 teams to semi-state in 2011 and 2010, but Coach Souter always drilled the special teams. And I think for a lot of programs, talk about that with Bishop Dwanger, special teams is so huge, and I think Leo has a big advantage in this game on special teams. But it seems like the programs that really stick out year after year, Jeff, always do a good job with the special teams.
And Coach Souter is looking for another sectional championship. It starts tonight. Joe, they got New Haven tonight, and then they're going to take on the defending sectional champions, the ones that knocked out Leo next week. That's East Noble.
Yeah, and East Noble's loaded. East Noble's huge, and they've got that great wide receiver out there in Rowan, so East Noble has got some pieces. And speaking of East Noble is going to host Penn tonight. So you talk about a big game. So we saw Leo step out of conference, and Mooresville came all the way up here to play Leo a couple weeks ago, and Mooresville Bell's number 1 in 4A. Leo lost 34-17. But I tell you what, with Leo and now East Noble playing Penn, these teams are going to be battle-tested. Now, Penn got absolutely rolled last week by Cathedral. But I tell you what, when you step out of conference, and it's kind of a strange year with the COVID because all of a sudden you get an open date in your schedule. Here's Leo taking on Mooresville. Here's East Noble taking on Penn. But I tell you what, come playoffs, you are going to be absolutely battle-tested. But I agree with you, Jeff. I think you make a great point. For Leo, tonight and next Friday night is their season as far as the conference. So I really think Leo wants to get off to a good start tonight. Leo's huge up front. We're going to find out what New Haven does defensively. I think New Haven, if they have one weakness with New Haven, is a little bit small on the back end. But what we're going to find out tonight is those corners for New Haven. I think they're good corners in Clopton and Mason. Can they come up and play that run and keep that contained? Because if they can keep Leo, if New Haven can prevent Leo from getting outside in those sweeps, we know how good New Haven is on the inside with the linebacker. So I think that's really going to be the key tonight in your game, Jeff.
You know, Coach Sauter's in his 15th season over there at Leo. His last sectional title was in 2011, and they beat Bishop Dwenger for that sectional championship 35-14. So that's an absolute huge victory, and I know he wants to bring another sectional championship back to Leo. Of course, last year they lost in the sectional title game to East Noble 14-7. East Noble ends up going down, becoming state runner-ups. So you got a 15-year head coach going against a man in his third year at New Haven, Jimmy Lynn. And I'm telling you what, it certainly seems like Jimmy's getting it turned around here in year number 3. His first season with the squad, 5-6. Second season, 5-6. After all those great years with Coach Jim Rowland at the head of the Bulldogs program.
Yeah, I think Coach Lynn's done a nice job. He's getting things turned around, and really, people don't realize this Northeast 8 is really a tough conference. You got New Haven, obviously, Leo, East Noble. DeKalb was tough last year. Columbia City, they've got the new field out there in Columbia City. And I know Coach Fox. Coach Fox is building a powerhouse out there in Whitley County. So it is a tough conference. And for Coach Lindo, what a great start. You know, they got the win over Garrett, but even beating Mississinawa. Mississinawa has been a good program the last couple of years. That was a good win. But to go down and to beat Pioneer on the road. I did the semi-state game a couple of years ago where Pioneer beat Adams Central in 1A, and Adams Central was phenomenal that year. Pioneer wins the state championship 60-0, so they've been reclassed up to 2A, and really Pioneer is probably a 3A team, but they were number 1 in 2A, and New Haven goes on the road. And not only on the road, Jeff, they rally from being down 10 points in the fourth quarter to win that game, and I don't think New Haven does that the last couple of years, so I think now Coach Lynn has really been able to instill, you know, his personality and his culture on this program, and I can't say enough about Jakar Williams. You know, we've had Jakar Williams the last couple of years, and he had so much talent, but it just seems so raw. Now all of a sudden, you know, as far as throwing for touchdowns, running for touchdowns, he's accounted for 11 touchdowns, Jeff, and he's only had 3 interceptions and 2 fumbles. So he's almost 2-1. That wasn't the case the last few years, but 6'4", 220. And Cameron Smith, I can't say enough what Cameron Smith has done with Jakar Williams, because when I've watched Jakar's tape, Jakar Williams' footwork is so much better. And that's the biggest difference I've seen in Jakar. And again, kudos to Cameron Smith for getting that, but 3 touchdowns last week, ran for a touchdown, and when you have Jakar playing that well, then you have Lane Woodson III, which I played with his daddy at Southside. What's funny is his daddy was a defensive tackle, our biggest D tackle, so it makes me laugh when I see Lane Woodson run pass routes out here, but he has been explosive, you know, 31 yards a catch, Jeff, so he's a threat on the outside. And then I think the key, though, as good as Jakar Williams is playing, I think Jarrell Jackson, 5'10", 225, the junior, he is a load to bring down, so they can run Jackson between the tackles. Williams is a run-pass threat option, and you got Woodson on the outside, so you have an explosive offense for New Haven. So I think Leo's going to have to really put some points up to beat New Haven out here tonight.
Well, and you talk about Woodson, the wide receiver. His brother's Jalen Smith, so that's got to speak volume.
We talk about it. I tell you, man, I mean, I tell you what, just great athletes all across the area, and as far as the area, too, great matchups tonight. We talked a little bit about it. How's Northside going to respond? Are they going to have a hangover? I mean, those were 3 games that were just unbelievable for Northside. And I tell you what, nice call in the game last week. I tell you, I couldn't get back and forth from the tiki bar fast enough to see all the updates, but awesome. But I tell you what, as far as Northside, how are they going to respond tonight? Because I think last week was really the first game where Northside really, they're having 6 guys go both ways, and their lack of depth hurt them. So how are they going to respond tonight? How about Wayne? Chris Thomas runs for over 300 yards, a big back, 1 cut and go. He was awesome. How about Bishop Lures and Concordia? Concordia gets Brandon Davis back tonight, and boy, do they need him, because Amir Drew, there are just no running lanes. They need Davis to be able to throw the ball and have that balance. And I thought Bishop Lures at times looked good against Homestead last week. And how about Dwanger and Homestead? We talked about teams we liked. I really liked Dwanger this year. You were really all over Carroll. That big matchup looms next week. But how about Dwanger and Homestead? And Homestead is so underrated on defense. That defense is awesome. And remember, when they lost to Northrop, they were missing first, second, third string. They had no linebackers. So keep that in mind. And how about Southside and Snyder? Hey, congratulations to Bernard Pollard, right? They're going to retire his jersey tonight. Did anybody play the game with the mentality that Bernard Pollard played? I tell you what, I remember when he went over to the Purdue football camp and he hit everything, and Tiller loved him so much he offered him right there. So congratulations to Bernard Pollard, and just great matchups all across the area. And if I'm Northrop tonight, Jeff, I play the cover 2 against Carroll, because Carroll is explosive.
And we're going to take a moment here to remember 9/11/01.
We forget the heroic acts of courage from first responders, healthcare providers, and everyday Americans who came together to help save the injured and prevent further loss. Let's remember the unity we felt as a nation in those moments and carry some of that same solidarity in our hearts with us as we confront the challenges of today. And now please remain standing, and gentlemen, remove your caps as we honor America with the playing of our national anthem.
An outstanding job by the New Haven band. They're playing the national anthem as we're just about ready to kick off here. Folks, today's game is brought to you by Summit City Sports. Be sure to like our Facebook page and Twitter account, 260 Sports, and subscribe to our YouTube channel.
Please keep her friends and family in your thoughts and prayers.
At Kelly Automotive Group, we're Indiana's #1 automotive group with over 1,000 new vehicles and 500 pre-owned vehicles to choose from. Please visit drivekelly.com. Simple, transparent, reliable. Tom Steele Tire has been servicing the Fort Wayne area for over 40 years. They will help you find the perfect tire for your vehicle and other auto repair services like brakes, wheel alignments, engine diagnostics, and more at Tom Steele Tire. Big Eye Fish has been around the Northeast Indiana area for generations. Like their Facebook pages for updated promotions. Enjoy the best fish in Fort Wayne at Big Eye Fish. You're invited to join ProFed Credit Union, where we get to know you to better serve you. Sign up online in 5 minutes or stop by a branch. Join ProFed today and start owning your financial future at ProFedCU.com. At Ottenweller Contracting, we invest in our customers by providing peace of mind during the entire process from bid to build. Visit OttenwellerContracting.com. Summit Volleyball trains and builds the highest quality volleyball players in the area. From ages 5 to 18, our players are equipped with elite-level skills and a foundation of life skills. Jump on board. Together we can reach the summit. Anderson Heating and Air Conditioning is dedicated to providing the best possible solution for your home or business. Visit AndersonCoolHeat.com. Ellis Teca Mexican Restaurant has been a Fort Wayne favorite since 1973. Ellis Teca Mexican recipes are sure to tantalize your taste buds. Visit LSTecaRestaurant.com. And iChiro specializes in whole body chirotherapy, body sculpting, chirofacials, infrared sauna, and compression therapy services. Check out Jalen Smith's signature location on Coliseum Boulevard by Blaze Pizza. And I'm telling you, Joe, iChiro, that place works if you got any ailments.
Yeah, absolutely, because anytime you can take care of that inflammation, whether it's running or weightlifting, that's the key. Soak the inflammation out, get the blood in there, and get the muscles going.
We're about ready to kick off here.
Great matchup, my friend. I tell you, great night for high school football. Big NE8 matchup. Another big matchup in NE8 is Huntington North's over at Columbia City tonight. Last week, Huntington North gave East Noble a scare. East Noble only won 28-21, so Huntington North's really improved, and we'll see how Columbia City handles them tonight. But a great matchup. New Haven's going to kick to Leo, and I think Leo needs to have some success on this first possession with this offense, Jeff.
And back to receive it for the Leo Lions. That's number 1, Caden Miller. Upman's number 9, Rylan Crawford, along with number 6, Damian Gudenus. He's a senior at 6'1", 150. And to kick it off will be the quarterback, number 1, Jakar Williams, as we are off here at New Haven. Fielded at about the 12-yard line by Crawford. Nearly escapes through the grass of the tackle by number 9, Jamarian Hagler.
Yeah, Hagler's a big-time player, too. The senior, 6'2", 202, had 7 tackles last week, and Hagler hustles down and makes the play. But, boy, I like Crawford. Crawford's 6'3", about 180, only a junior, and getting an awful lot of attention from a lot of Division I schools.
Hagler's a nice linebacker for these New Haven Bulldogs. He has a lot of length, does good in pass coverage as well. But we'll see how much passing the Lions do, as bringing them out will be quarterback Jackson Barber. Once again, a junior at 5'7", 165. You see the 3 halfbacks right in the middle is Caden Miller. The handoff goes to Miller. He's going to have a nice gain of about 5 yards on the play. And first coming off the pile there is number 8 for the Bulldogs, Trevian Thomas.
Yeah, Thomas steps up and makes that tackle, and a good push on first down for Leo. Almost about 6 yards on that play, but it's interesting. New Haven is rolling into a 5-3, so let's see how Leo attacks that. So New Haven's getting more guys at the point of attack as Leo comes out with the 2 tight ends.
Cameron Mason also in on the tackle, number 26, entering today with 10 tackles on the season. Another tight formation. See Barber right there. You almost thought that he had it the whole way out. A great job of carrying out the fake by number 4, the quarterback, as a handoff went to number 23 for the Lions. That is Ethan Crawford, the sophomore.
Yeah, Crawford's a little bit bigger. He comes in, averaging almost 5 yards a carry, so Crawford runs hard between the tackles. And I like the 5-3 for New Haven, but they're going to have to get their defensive backs closer to the line of scrimmage and try to stop this run.
That's going to bring up 1st and 10 here for the Lions. Once again, right up the gut is number 1, Caden Miller.
Yeah, that's Miller. And again, Thomas makes the tackle for New Haven. But Caden Miller, what makes Caden Miller so good, he's not the biggest, Jeff, but he's so good with his feet. He's 5'6", 180, and sometimes he's just hard to see. in the middle of that line. But I tell you what, New Haven's kind of rolling their defensive backs off at the snap, and they're going to have to adjust that. New Haven has got to get those defensive backs closer to the line of scrimmage.
Brings up 2nd and 1, ball at the 48-yard line, and they're going to push that pile over for a first down. So 4 plays, 2 first downs for the Leo Lions and Coach Jared Souter.
And you mentioned that offensive line that goes about 250 pounds, and they are just pounding on New Haven right now. And what I like what Leo's doing is they're getting in and out of the huddle quick, Jeff. So they're running that football, but they're running it with tempo.
And Landon Livingston, number 67, the right guard. He's got that jersey rolled up there to show off the belly. Boy, he is a good-looking lineman.
And he's bigger in person than what I thought.
Here at 1st and 10 from the 45. This time hit right in the backfield, dragging the tackler for a gain of about 1 yard. That was the sophomore with the tackle, number 4, Quantry Sanders.
Yeah, I like Sanders. Sanders is the strong safety. And for New Haven to be successful tonight, they need Sanders to roll up in the box and take away those plays. So Sanders played very well last week against Pioneer, and he's going to be key tonight for New Haven.
So Crawford doing a good job of falling forward on the play. A gain of 1 yard brings up 2nd and 9 here from the 44. Barber under center. He'll be under center most of the game. Caden Miller takes the first hit, goes to spin. His lack of loss of forward progress going to be stopped. Looks like about the 38-yard line, 37.
Yeah, it was good push again by the offensive line, so it's going to set up. This is perfect for Leo. This creates 3rd and short, and right now Leo is winning on 1st and 2nd down. Look at the traction AP replay. Look at that push up front. Look at those big white jerseys driving down the field. So New Haven has got to get more guys at the point of attack, Jeff.
Thomas doing a good job there, lowering the shoulder. Just going to have to wrap up and keep those legs driving. 3rd and 2. Now ball at the 37-yard line. Handoff goes to Miller once again. Boy, that handoff is fast, isn't it, Joe?
It is fast. And when we get a chance to watch the traction AP replay, watch Miller's feet when we watch the replay on this. Miller's so good with his feet. Watch the one cut, Jeff. Right there. You see that cut right there? So good with his feet, and that's enough to push the ball down the field. New Haven did a better job with the surge, but Miller's so good with his feet.
Raymond Britt was in the backfield there for the Bulldogs. But like you said, doing a good job was Miller getting out of it. Britt comes in, 7 tackles, 2 tackles for a loss, and a fumble recovery. This time the handoff to number 14 for the Lions, Tanner Jackson.
Yeah, Jackson is another athlete, and that's what I like. I'm not a big fan of the wing T, Jeff, but I like how Coach Sauter runs it because he's constantly running new backs in, and guys are constantly fresh, and that's a great play call. That's kind of the old scissors play where everybody goes one way and you come back the other, and it's really effective against the defense.
You know, Leo has the definite size advantage when you look at the both teams' offensive lines. Leo, once again, averaging 250 a man. 2nd and 4 from the 27. And it looks like Barber's going to draw New Haven off sides. It's like the left defensive end jumping off for the Bulldogs.
And that's just being savvy at quarterback and Barber. You know, New Haven's trying to get the edge, trying to get off the ball first. And when you can change that snap count, that's so key because now New Haven has to sit a little bit longer in their stance. And you mentioned it. When you have an offensive line that goes 250 pounds led by Livingston, man, what an advantage. When you can fire off, it really pushes New Haven back.
4.5 minutes already taken off the clock. Joe, this is a little bit different than that Northside game last week. 1st and 10 from the 22. Handoff. Oh, nice hit. That's Dre Wright, number 3, the senior linebacker.
Beautiful play. And that's why Wright is a D1 kid. Gets off the block. If you watch the traction AP replay here, watch Wright get off the block. Leo comes back with the play. Watch Wright right there. Boom, sheds the block and makes the play. Beautiful. That's how you play linebacker, and that's a big play for New Haven because now Leo's behind on down and distance now. It's now 2nd and 9.
Dre Wright leads the team with 9 tackles for a loss. Brings up 2nd and 10 from the 22. This time Barber's going to keep it himself. Nice little ball fake, and Wright's going to pull him down, but after a gain of about 9 to 10 yards, that might be another first down for the Leo Lions.
It's going to be close. It was the old quarterback boot. I like Barber. Barber can throw it. Barber can run it. But if you're New Haven on that play, you have to ask yourself, where is your contain? Look at that, no contain. Look at that kick-out block. That's a beautiful block out there to kick that defensive end out for New Haven. And Barber does a nice job running behind those blocks. So excellent drive early on for Leo, Jeff.
Landon Livingston, the real deal. Colin Butler, the sophomore, at 6'3", 255 at right tackle. So that right side of the line is nice on 3rd and 1. Looks like the Lions got the first down with ease.
Yeah, I tell you, when you have a line that big, you can just fire off. But New Haven is going to have to take those corners and get them at the point of attack. New Haven needs to have, when Leo lines up with the 2 tight ends, Jeff, New Haven needs to have 10 guys on the line of scrimmage, or you're going to be outmatched.
That time it was Ethan Stetzel, the senior, 5'11", 250, leading the way, the center for the Lions. Barber this time, that's that quick handoff. It's hard to pick up, but Caden Miller going to be taken down all the way to the 2.
Miller runs that position so good. He blasts through the line so fast. Sanders makes another tackle, but that's bad news for New Haven because right now their secondary is making all the tackles, but watch Miller just blast through the line. It's so quick. Look at that. One cut and go. Sanders does a nice job of dropping his pads, but Leo right now is just dominating this game, running the football.
Yeah, you're not joking about these running backs, Joe. They're north and south runners. 2nd and 3. Miller this time going to be hitting the backfield, still falling forward, this time to about the 1.
Yeah, good push that time with New Haven. Looked like maybe that was Bassett and Britt that got the penetration for New Haven, and that's what New Haven has to do. Obviously, Leo is bigger, but New Haven's quicker. Shoot the gaps, stunt a little bit, try to confuse them a little bit up front and see if you can make a play. So I'd be tempted to roll Dre right up in the middle of the line of scrimmage right here if I'm New Haven.
3rd and goal from the 2-yard line for the Lions. Barber going to keep it himself. Does he have enough to get over? Does not look like it. It's a nice stop by this New Haven defense.
And that was a better adjustment. We see the replay on that one, Jeff, with the traction AP, right that time shot them. Look at right there. Boom, and he pushes them back. See, that's what New Haven has to do. Dre Wright is a D1 linebacker. Get him up at the point of attack and see if you can hit a crease or hit an angle. But all of a sudden, Jeff, this is a huge 4th down early on in the game.
Yeah, Joe, a lot of times in this situation on the defensive line, you're just wanting to take out the offensive lineman so you're not getting driven back into that 2nd level. So on 4th and goal, we got a timeout going to be taken by Coach Souter and the Leo Lions.
And that's interesting because I think Coach Souter saw something, and New Haven really packed it in. It's going to be interesting if Coach Souter wants to gamble and go outside. I'd probably give the ball again to Miller up the middle, but New Haven's really packing it in, Jeff.
Joe, you mentioned Columbia City. They got the new stadium, what they're doing this year. They're 3-0. Columbia City has been phenomenal, getting big wins against a school like Cherubusco.
Yeah.
Look at Columbia City. They beat Busco 38-0, Central Noble 28-7, Belmont 47-6. So 37.7 points for, only giving up 4.3 points per game. Joe, if you look at Cherubusco, after that loss in week 1, they beat Lakeland 43-0 and Garrett 44-15. New Haven played Garrett to open the season, and it was New Haven winning it 47-21. So this NE8, you're kind of top-heavy with those 4 teams.
Oh, absolutely. And I tell you what, Columbia City is a sleeping giant. They have a great quarterback in Greg Bolt out there. So it's going to be interesting to see how the season goes on. Big kid, absolutely very skilled.
4th and goal. This would be a huge stop for New Haven. Got a bigger backfield there for the Leo Lions. Barber under center. Handoff goes number 14, following his blockers. And New Haven's going to make the stop. Wow! Isaac Carswell along with Dre Wright coming up for New Haven.
That was all Carswell. Carswell drives through. We get a chance to see the replay. Watch Carswell come through the crease and meet the running back head on. Watch right there. Boom! Look at Carswell right there. Stands him up. Tremendous effort. But also, Jeff, the strength of Carswell to stop the linebacker. That's what New Haven has to do. The strength on defense is Carswell and Wright. Shoot those linebackers and take away that run game, and that was a big stop. And that's disappointing for Leo because you absolutely dominate on that drive, but you just can't punch it in.
So we're going to get to see New Haven here from their own 1 yard line. And wow, smart play there. Jakar Williams takes it all the way past the 6 yard line. That's huge, giving the Bulldogs some breathing room.
Yeah, and Williams is 6'4", 220, so he's a load to bring down. And that was a quick snap that time. Williams comes up, and they just snap the ball on the sound. And look at Williams push that pile. Look how strong he is.
Yeah, the nose tackle, Ethan Stewart, the senior at 5'10", 275, just kind of on his heels a little bit there, giving Williams all that breathing room. In the backfield for New Haven is Quantry Sanders, number 4, on the 2nd and 6 from the 5. And a fumble. Williams doing a good job there, just falling on it, Joe.
And that's where New Haven has to be careful. They've been so much better this year at the turnovers. The last couple of years, New Haven had so many turnovers and so many penalties that it was frustrating to Coach Lynn because they just beat themselves. So that's a mistake there. Luckily, Williams picks it up, but this is a 3rd down because you really want to get this 1st down for field position. Also, you want to give your defense a little bit of a rest after that early drive.
I'm telling you what, that defensive stand there for New Haven, that's going to spark a lot of life into your team. So 3rd and 6, ball at the 5. In motion is number 20 for the Bulldogs, Jalen Carpenter. Williams looking for Woodson, and a little bit of miscommunication there.
Yeah, and that time Williams was running the hook, and Williams won him, but Williams just needs to slow down just a little bit on that play, Jeff, because Woodson's got a big cushion. He's going to be open. So right now Williams just needs to catch his breath and slow down a little bit and give Woodson a catchable ball.
So on 4th and 6, it's going to be Williams to punt it. Joe, he does it all. Kickoff, punt.
Yeah, Leo's confused. Leo had one too many guys in the field, so that's a good timeout by Coach Souter because they could have gave a 5-yard penalty there, Jeff.
Yeah, had me a little bit confused as well. We're taking a break here at New Haven, and we'll be right back with more of this great NE8 matchup.
I choose to do whole body cryotherapy after practices, games, and training. It reduces inflammation in my muscles and allows me to move more agile throughout my profession. I became a believer in iCryo after my severe injury in college at Notre Dame, tore my ACL, and I was looking for ways to recover, ways to get back on the field. So I'm thankful for iCryo.
So on 4th down and 6 here at New Haven, Caden Miller back along with number 9, Rylan Crawford, both just juniors here for the Lions. And a nice punt by Williams from his end zone. That's going to be caught at the 41-yard line. And getting down the field, making the tackle right away is number 26, Cameron Mason.
Yeah, excellent effort by Mason, the senior. I like Mason, 5'9", 150, has that mentality to run down, make that tackle. So good special teams for New Haven. And as far as Leo, now you have the short field. Now you have a tight end, DJ Allen, who's 6'7", 220. Dare you roll the dice on 1st down, Jeff Mahoney, and maybe try a play action to your big tight end?
I think so. Great field position here to start their 2nd drive at the 41-yard line. And refs once again looking over to the Leo sideline. Refs raising the roof down there.
And quickly, you talked about how explosive Columbia City is. Early score, Columbia City 14, Huntington North nothing.
1st and 10 from the 41. Barber this time going to hand it to number 14, Tanner Jackson. Jackson doing a good job churning all the way for a 6-yard gain.
And that's a nice run by Jackson because New Haven had the penetration, and Jackson plants the outside leg, makes a cut, and gets upfield. And I tell you, All these Leo backs do a nice job, Jeff, of staying in the hole and being patient as runners.
Tanner Jackson, 13 carries, 57 yards, and a touchdown entering today's game. Brings up 2nd and 5, ball at the 36-yard line. Handoff goes to the first back, Caden Miller, and he finds a seam. He is gone. 36-yard score for the Leo Lions. They are up 6-0.
And just the blast up front with Caden Miller. The offensive line fires off. And we look at the replay here, Jeff. I tell you what, they just get off the ball and they get after him. Look at that hole. Boom, and Miller busts through. And he's gone. He's got that speed. Not only is he difficult and shifty, he's speedy in the open field. So I tell you, Leo's just wearing down that New Haven defensive line.
Joe, Caden Miller is so fast. Does that kid hit the hole or what?
Absolutely.
PAT up, and it is good for Carson McCauley, the senior kicker. Leo up 7-0. You're watching Indiana High School football here on Summit City Sports. Thank you for supporting Summit City Sports. For the last several years, we've provided the Fort Wayne community and beyond with coverage of a variety of sports, thanks to our title sponsorship from Parkview Sports Medicine. Since we began in 2015, our annual budget has covered the cost of videographers and commentators to over 300 plus games each year. New equipment and maintenance of that equipment, along with increased broadcast rights fees from the IHSAA. This season, we're reaching out to friends, families, and local businesses for additional sponsorships and donations. You can help us grow and get coverage to your favorite team or sport. A Summit City Sports sponsorship or donation will help make that happen. We have the goal of bringing fans live stream games of every SAC game we cover. With the additional funds, we'd invest in mobile internet devices, allowing us to bring our supporters every SAC conference football and boys and girls basketball games. Welcome back, everybody. 2:10 on the clock there after that scoring drive, a 36-yard touchdown by Caden Miller, and this ball is going to roll through the end zone. Gotta love it, Joe. A little touchback here.
That's a great kicker for Leo, and I tell you what, this is danger time. I know you're saying it's 7-0. This is danger time for New Haven. You better put a drive together here because right now your defense is exhausted because Leo is just pounding your defense. And what's interesting about Leo is, a lot of people feel like Leo's kind of a year ahead right now, Jeff, because most of their players are juniors. So Leo is really loaded in the junior class, and 13 of their starters are underclassmen.
Joe, just a few minor cuts there for Caden Miller in that hole. You're talking about inches. He does such a good job of letting his blockers get the hole open for him, create that seam for him to run. So this time New Haven, a little bit better field position to start their second drive. You'll remember it was 1st and 10 from the 1-yard line after that goal line stand.
Yeah, and they had to burn a timeout there because they didn't have the personnel they wanted. So you can't have that. You can't have those kinds of – you don't want to burn your timeouts like that. But I agree with you about Miller. You talk about a kid, and what's great about Miller is right when the linemen hit their blocks, Miller's there. So the timing of the run game, we always talk about the timing of the pass game, but look at that run, Jeff. The timing of that is just beautiful as far as guys getting on blocks and Miller making that cut. So I tell you what, Leo's impressive so far. Leo has an awful lot of juniors, and I think Leo's going to have a big season this year, Jeff, but Leo could really do some damage next year too.
Boy, Caden Miller is a special football player for these Lions.
Yeah, he's awesome. He comes in averaging almost 9 yards a carry. And not only is he quick with the cuts, but I think what helps him is, he only goes, 5'8", Jeff? And I think that helps him because it's hard to see him when you got the big offensive guard down there in Livingston who goes 6'5". So Miller's ducking between those big offensive linemen, and he's just hard to get a hold of.
Once again, it's Sanders in the backfield. They're offset left, and the handoff, that one's going to be picked in the air. Loose ball. Wow. Jakar Williams there faked the handoff, and Leo has it. A huge fumble recovery by Landon Livingston.
Yeah, Livingston gets his hands on it, And you just can't have that if you're New Haven, if you're Jakar Williams. As the quarterback, you are responsible for putting that football in there. They're running a little bit of run-pass option that time, and Williams couldn't decide if he wanted to pull that ball out or not, but you have to be more decisive, and you can't turn that football over inside your 20-yard line. That's a huge break for Leo, and now maybe Leo can really impose their will on this New Haven defense.
So the Leo Lions are rolling right now with 2:03 to play. 1st and 10 from the 14. And, wow, that one right there was tricky. It looks like Miller was the one that got the handoff.
Yeah, that was better out of the linebackers for New Haven. I'll tell you what, if I was New Haven, my adjustment right now, you're playing a 5-3. I would take Dre Wright and I'd make him a defensive tackle for this game. I would play a 6-man front. I would put Dre Wright at defensive tackle, have him shoot that gap and take Miller away, and I would tell Carswell, you're going to play the middle and clean everything up, but I think you're going to have to make an adjustment if you're New Haven.
2nd and 7, now ball at the 11-yard line for Barber under center. This time the handoff does go to Jackson. He's hit right at the line of scrimmage, but will fall forward for about a 2-yard gain. Coming up with the tackle for New Haven was number 35, Mason Moore.
Yeah, nice play by Moore to make that tackle. So New Haven's doing a little bit better this time. Now this is a big play. Let's see if Leo puts the ball in the air here. Leo loves to pound away, but boy, you got that big tight end in DJ Allen. But let's see if New Haven can hold them to a field goal. This is a big play early on.
Yeah, right there on that 1st down, you saw the handoff to Miller. New Haven doing a good job of getting hats on the ball. 3rd and 5 from the 9, inside 1 minute. The pitch swing goes out. Nicely blocking. That was number 27 for the Leo Lions.
Yep, going to be a 1st down, and that time New Haven lost contain. And we talked about the defensive backs for New Haven. If you're the corner out there for New Haven, you've got to come up and make that play. Leo runs a little toss sweep that time. Look at that, no defensive backs out there for New Haven. They're catching blocks. You have to come up and challenge that run. When you play a run team, your corners are so key with the run defense.
That was Ethan Crawford that took that toss. Right now he's the left halfback. Caden Miller right behind, and the handoff goes to Miller. Miller just falls through the goal line. Touchdown from 2 yards out. Wow, Caden Miller just rode his offensive line for his 2nd touchdown in this game.
Yeah, nice push up front by the offensive line, and Leo looks awesome. You know, I thought Norwell held up pretty good with the run game, but Leo had moments last week where they dominated, and right now they are dominating New Haven with their size.
Miller, you know, the hole's not open, Joe. He just kept on moving to the right until it was.
Strong runner.
McCauley in for the PAT. It's up, and it is good. Leo takes the lead, 14-0. You're watching Indiana High School football here on Summit City Sports.
I choose to do whole body cryotherapy after practices, games, and training. It reduces inflammation in my muscles and allows me to move more agile throughout my profession. I became a believer in iCryo after my severe injury in college at Notre Dame, tore my ACL, and I was looking for ways to recover, ways to get back on the field. So I'm thankful for iCryo.
Concordia over Lures.
14-6 right now. Carroll on top of Northrop. Northrop with a 2-1 record. Carroll sitting with a 3-0 record atop the SAC along with Bishop Dwenger. Now back to return it here for the Bulldogs. You have number 4, Quantry Sanders, the junior, along with number 20, Jalen Carpenter, the 6'3", 160-pound senior. That's another one going to go through the back of the end zone.
Yeah, he's such a weapon, McCauley, the kicker for Leo. So, you know, New Haven, again, is going to start with poor field position, but now you got to kind of crank things up. Somebody's got to make a play. If I'm New Haven, I come out here, I attack with my short passing game. I get the ball out there to Lane Woodson the third, and let's go make some plays and get going. So New Haven needs to sustain a drive to give their defense a break.
Yeah, and it's short-term memory if you're New Haven. The first two drives had a little bit of some miscues. And who do they have in the backfield there for the Bulldogs? Is that number 3?
Yeah, it's Dre Wright in the backfield now.
So a nice move here by Coach Lynn. The handoff goes to Wright. Wright breaks through the first tackle and takes it all the way down to the 30. That's a gain of 10. He might be just short of the first down.
And that's how you get a spark. You put your senior linebacker at running back and grind away. So that's what New Haven needs. New Haven needs a spark. We haven't seen Jackson tonight, so Wright's going to get those carries right now, but that's a good run on first down. Now that should open up your passing game.
Dre Wright just ran right through the tackle of Dallin Wirtz. Outstanding. Now to the shotgun. Williams flushed out of the pocket. That pass is going to be picked off, and it's number 25 picking it off. Wirtz, the senior linebacker at 5'7", 180. That is how you redeem yourself.
That's a great play by Wirtz, and we look at the Traction AP replay on that, Jeff. Williams that time is staring down his wide receiver. You can't stare down the wide receiver. Watch Williams. He breaks the pocket, but the ball's late. Look at Wirtz. Step right in and make a great play. So, wow, Leo just looks awesome. And right now, New Haven is just really flat. And Williams has 2 turnovers, and that was the issue the last couple of years with Williams. And Williams just hasn't made those mistakes early on this year, but you can't stare down that wide receiver.
Well, that's going to do it for the first quarter. Lions up 14-0 here on Summit City Sports.
This is an invitation to join a movement propelled by people who care and members who have a share in the place they bank.
Good morning, Sam.
So when you have the chance to get your first home loan, you know an expert will guide you every step of the way. Or when it's time to buy your new car, you'll be treated like more than just a credit score.
Good news, ProFed can get you that payment.
This is an invitation to a place where simply belonging can help enrich your whole community. ProFed Credit Union. You're invited.
I was once a Southside kid who was led on a journey by high school football. A journey that taught me discipline, toughness, and the skills that made me a success. As a businessman with a CPA license who owns his own firm, I still use the building blocks of high school sports in my everyday life. Someday sports will end no matter what level you reach, but you will be left with the skills to compete in the next game, the game of life.
Leo has it back here, 1st and 10 ball at the 30-yard line. Barber going to hand it off to Miller right away. He's wrapped up, and they're going to push him back. That was number 9 with the tackle for New Haven. That is Jamarian Hagler, the 6'2", 202-pound linebacker. He's a senior.
Yeah, New Haven's got great linebackers, so if they can get those linebackers up at the point of attack to make plays, they can maybe slow down this run game a little bit. Now it's the first time we've seen Leo split Crawford out.
So that was a gain of 2 yards. This time Barber rolling to his left. The lefty's going to throw it, and he has got a dropped ball by Rylan Crawford. That was right in the breadbasket.
Yeah, and that was really, tendencies for Leo. Leo splits the wide receiver out, so if you're New Haven, the chances of a pass coming were good there, but watch this on the replay. Watch the rollout by Barber. Nice ball, and that's a ball that Crawford typically catches, but I like the play call for Leo. They roll the quarterback out in Barber, and Jeff, you saw Barber this summer. He's got a good arm.
Yeah, he does. Yeah, and you know what? Right there, he threw the ball exactly where it needed to be for Crawford, away from the defensive back. Just didn't come up with that one. 3rd and 8, ball at the 28. This time a play-action pass. Hagler was in the backfield, and that's going to be complete to number 37. That time, Barber showing some composure under distress.
Yeah, Barber gets away from Hagler, but the pressure from Hagler blows the play up, so New Haven sucks it up and gets a stop there so far. Let's see what Leo's going to do on 4th down. They got that talented kicker, but how about Hagler getting his hands on Barber just enough there, Jeff, to blow that play up?
Clayton Swartz, the tight end, senior, 6'2", 185. That was an outstanding catch by him. And once again, Barber, to get out of that trouble, Hagler barreling down on you?
Yeah, and Hagler's got some strong hands, and you're right. Barber's lucky to get away. Now, Leo couldn't decide what they wanted to do there, so the play came in late. So they were going to be in trouble with the play clock, so they burn a timeout and get organized here. So let's see what Leo does on 4th down. I thought they might kick it, Jeff, but I guess if they kick it, it'd be a 43-yard field goal. Look at Hagler, though. Look at Hagler just track Barber. And Barber shows you his athletic ability to get away and make that throw. But I'm telling you what, this is a huge 4th down here for New Haven. You got to get a stop here, Jeff.
That is a composed quarterback, and that is a fantastic catch by the senior tight end, Schwartz. That's how you bail your quarterback out.
Yeah.
Your quarterback's going to have a lot of confidence in you, Joe, going to be looking for you, going to know where you're at on the field when you make grabs like that.
Absolutely. Now, I'd watch Crawford here, number 9 for Leo. Leo's now moving Crawford up to the wide side of the field. That's one-on-one coverage out there. So watch out for Crawford here for Leo.
Barber under center, 4th and 6 from the 26, and he's throwing all the way, the fade to the end zone. That was nearly intercepted. Barber does have 2 picks on the year. That's great play there by the defensive back.
Yeah, I tell you what, I thought he had him, was a little bit underthrown, but that defensive back out there, Cameron Mason, the senior. Cameron Mason's 5'9", 150, but plays much bigger. Look at Mason. And the key on that play, Jeff, is Mason got his head around and found the football. So great defense that time for New Haven. And we wondered about the defensive backs a little bit this year for New Haven, but they have been awesome the first 3 games. And Mason shows you a great play there. So now it's time for Williams to put the foot on the gas and get this offense going for New Haven.
So it'll be 1st and 10 for the Bulldogs at their own 26-yard line. Dre Wright, offset right of Williams, the play action. He's going to call for a block, and a nice block by the wide receiver, and they're going to throw the penalty for the personal foul.
And I don't like that. I think that was a good block. Williams kind of set the block up, and they're going to call a penalty there, and I don't agree with that. I think that's a clean block. Let's take a look at it on the Traction AP replay, but look at Williams kind of directing traffic, and that's just, I mean, that's football to me, Jeff.
Well, you know what, Joe? It was a pivotal block. So that play was totally, or that block was totally involved in the play.
Exactly.
Now, I get it. I don't know, something where...
Yeah, they're going to pick the flag up, actually, so you're right. And I think that's the key. You make a good point. That block was in the play. If that block's not in the play, I think the flag stays. You know what? Heads up to the referees for picking up the flag, and that's what you appreciate. So I think you're right, though, Jeff. The block has to be within the play.
Without that block, Williams going to be tackled.
Yeah, he is.
So that's 2nd and 3 from the 33. Right, offset left, and the handoff goes to Dre, and he's going to drag tacklers all the way to the 36-yard line. Gain of about 2 yards on the play. Should bring up a 3rd and 1.
Yeah, and that's good push up front by that defense for Leo. And it's interesting, we have not seen DJ Allen tonight out there, so I don't know if something's going on or what's happening with that, but that's good push up front by the Leo defense. Now, New Haven, no problem. You're 3rd and short here. Oh, I tell you what, it'd be so tempting to roll the dice here and throw the ball.
We also haven't seen Jarrell Jackson, the leading rusher, at 245 yards rushing and 2 touchdowns. And
I tell you, they ran a quarterback sneak with Williams. I thought he was short. He's going to get a favorable spot, but I think he's still going to be short here by about half yard. So now it's 4th down. What do you do now, Jeff Mahoney? I mean, this is going to be a big. Are they going to give him the 1st down? Let's see. I thought he was a little bit short, but you're right. We haven't seen Jarrell Jackson, so that's really big for New Haven not to have him. And they gave him up. That was a great spot for New Haven to get the 1st down, but no Jarrell Jackson and no DJ Allen tonight.
So it brings up 1st and 10 from the 36. First down of the game for these Bulldogs. In motion, the handoff goes to number 20, Jalen Carpenter. Another flag on the play as Carpenter takes it to the 49-yard line, a gain of 13 on the run.
Yeah, and Carpenter's been awesome catching the football, a couple of touchdowns. They're going to get New Haven this time. I think maybe a hold possibly for New Haven or an illegal block out there on the wide receiver. So that's coming back, and that's too bad because that time New Haven got the edge. Look at Carpenter. Boy, he's got some moves out there. That's what New Haven needs to do. New Haven needs to play this game on the edge. And I'm also, if I'm New Haven, I attack with some short passes. You got Carpenter who's skilled. Obviously, Lane Woodson the third, but New Haven has the skilled people on the outside. So that's a big penalty that'll bring that ball back, and it's going to really put you in 1st and long now.
Joe, how about Carpenter? The way he turned that corner really never even broke stride.
No, and he was big last week against Pioneer. He got involved early on, and Pioneer just didn't know what to do with all these weapons for New Haven. But if I'm New Haven, I attack now with my short, controlled passing game.
So here on 1st and 18 after the big hold. Look at that arm by Jakar Williams looking for Lane Woodson. Wow, did he just let that fly?
Yeah, and he's got the arm, and he shows you why the D1 scouts love him, and he just needs a little bit more air under that because Woodson's an absolute burner out there. Watch Woodson on the replay run past the corner. Look at this. It's covered too, and Woodson's gone. Look at that. Woo! Woodson can roll on the outside, but that's something that if you're New Haven, you come back to later on in the game. But now you got a big second down here. This would be tempting to maybe try a screen here because Leo is really trying to put some pressure on Williams.
And, Joe, you'll remember Lane Woodson, one of the top receivers in Northeast Indiana, entering today ranked number 4 with 310 receiving yards. This time, breaking the tackle and a nice run by number 4, Sanders.
Yeah, Sanders is a ball player. I love Sanders. The junior, 5'9", 185, and look at that cut that time. And look how he gets upfield. So that's a good-looking play for New Haven. Watch Sanders, the point of attack, make the shake right there. Oh, you just can't teach that, Jeff. That's just sick, the ability to make that shake. So that's a good play for New Haven. So now you got 3rd and long, but at least it's manageable.
And coming in to make that stop was Rylan Crawford lowering the boom. So here on 3rd and 9, somewhat manageable. Williams going to the air. That one right through the hands. I'm not sure if it was tipped at the last second for Sanders, but right through the hands.
Yeah, I thought he had that one. I thought Williams was on time with the football, and Sanders has got to make that catch. So that was timing that time, and he had him, just went right through his hands. So that's a shame because that would have been a 1st down for New Haven.
So that's going to bring up another punting situation here at the 37. Miller back with Crawford. Once again, Miller at 5'7", Crawford at 6'3". Crawford's already shown that he can break tackles back there, and that might have been partially blocked. It was deflected off, and a nice punt all the way down to the 14-yard line, downing it for the Bulldogs. That is number 5, Lane Woodson.
Yeah, nice job on the special teams with New Haven. So New Haven wins the special teams that time and backs up Leo. So let's see what New Haven does here. They had some success on the last series getting some penetration from those linebackers. So this is a big drive here because you'd love to get the ball back if you're New Haven and try to close down this deficit. But another score to pass along, Jeff. How about Concordia? 14-0 over Bishop Lure. So boy, did Concordia need Brandon Davis back. So it's good to see him back playing football tonight.
One of the top defenses in Northeast Indiana over there for Coach Tim Manigal's squad. With Jakar Williams, that's a punt pass kick, if you'll remember. Jackson Barber, and boy, that one was hard to find. That's Miller up the gut. Once again, that handoff is so fast, Joe.
And Barber's a magician with that football. He gets that football to Miller so fast, and Miller just gets that push. And if Miller doesn't initially have a hole, he just kind of hangs behind his offensive line. Watch Miller here. Just boom. He's just right there hanging behind the offensive line. So, man, I tell you what, though, Barber really can disguise that football, though, Jeff.
Caden Miller's burst is so fast from the backfield. You got to remember, these guys are only lined up about 2.5, 3 yards behind the offensive line. Handoff goes to, I believe that was Jackson.
Yeah, and that time New Haven did a better job. That was better penetration up front with New Haven. Looked like that was number 10 that time, Carswell. Carswell scrapes and makes that tackle. So it's going to be a first down for Leo, but that was better. But I'm telling you, if I was New Haven, I would choose either Carswell or Wright, and I would move them up on the line of scrimmage and play a 6-man front, and I'd put them right over the center, try to blow up those plays.
So Crawford at the left halfback, Rylan Crawford at the right tight end position. Handoff and a nice run. That was number 14, Tanner Jackson.
Yeah, and Jackson really was picking up some speed, and that was a big play by Mason Moore to make that tackle. But if you watch when Leo snaps the football, Jeff, what I don't like what New Haven's doing is their corners are backing up and their safety are backing up, and when Leo snaps that football, watch how they kind of pull out. They can't do that. They have got to be going forward and getting involved in the play.
6:20 and counting, 2nd and 4 from the 31 here in the second quarter. And wow, big hit there as Miller going to be taken down after the first down.
Yeah, he gets the first down, and Sanders picks him up and slams him to the turf, but Miller kind of just pops right back up, goes to the huddle. Another first down for Leo. So, again, if I'm New Haven, I roll one of those linebackers up and I play a 6-man front.
Miller, once again, he'll get stopped at the line of scrimmage behind an offensive lineman, finds the smallest of seams, and shoots forward for the first down. 1st and 10 from the 36-yard line here for Barber and the Lions. This time the handoff. Barber's going to keep it himself. Tracked down from behind by number 9, Jamarian Hagler. That was an impressive play by the senior linebacker.
Hagler is an absolute baller. And if I'm Leo, I don't run that play. If I'm Leo, I stay between the tackles. Watch Hagler get off the block here on the traction A play replay. Watch this. Boom, right there. He's off the block. And watch, he's gone. That's backside. That is what you want to see on defense. A lot of defense is effort football, and I always tell my dogs, you want to chase backside when I coach my kids. Hagler does it there.
Hagler is a nice, long defensive end / outside linebacker. And that time, Barber does a great job of selling the fake. And what an open field tackle there by number 20, Jalen Carpenter.
That's a beautiful play. And I love that sequence because Hagler chases backside to make the tackle. So Leo says, okay, we'll run the quarterback naked boot. Watch this. Watch Hagler overrun the ball right there. Boom, Barber's gone, but watch Carpenter. Beautiful open field tackle. Head on the outside, drives through the ball carrier. That's how you make a tackle in high school football.
Jalen Carpenter listed at 6'3", 160. The closing speed there was phenomenal and the ability to wrap up. So 3rd and 9 from the 37 for Barber under center. Handoff goes to Miller. Miller's going to be hit right away and taken down by number 35, Mason Moore.
Yeah, Mason Moore is getting more involved. And now New Haven's creeping up those linebackers a little bit. Much better on that series. So I think New Haven's found something, Jeff, with their defense. They're a little bit tighter taking away that running back Miller. So now let's see what the New Haven offense can do. And I'd be careful here if I'm Leo, because New Haven's got some explosive punt returners, but Leo had so much success punting last week, excuse me, Jeff.
So it will be Sanders back to return it here for the Bulldogs. And I'll tell you what, Joe, if you can just get a hand on the Lions at the line of scrimmage, you got Carswell and Dre Wright to clean up the mess. What a nice-looking punt, and that will not be fair caught. Lions right away. There to stick it. Rylan Crawford comes up with the tackle. That's great punt coverage.
Leo was coached so well. You can't say enough about Coach Souter. They are so sound in the special teams. That punt just hangs up there, and Crawford steams down the field, and Sanders was so desperate to get away. But watch Crawford wrap up Sanders on the replay here. Crawford's, look at that. Watch Crawford right there. Boom, just wraps him up. Great tackle. So Leo wins on special teams there. So now you got 3 minutes left, though, in the half. Can New Haven put together a drive, Jeff? And sometimes a 2-minute offense gives you a little bit of a jump start to your team.
14-0 Lions on top. 3:36 remaining. New Haven looking for their first points of this game. They got 4 wide receivers up top in an empty backfield for Jakar Williams. Williams being pressured, going to throw on the run. Right. through the hands of Jalen Carpenter.
And Carpenter's got to make that catch. Williams does a nice job in the pocket to slide step the rush, but Carpenter's got to make that catch for New Haven.
So Jakar Williams, he's had some mishaps. His team has had some mishaps. Once the butterflies start to settle, you got to feel like this New Haven team is going to start to bring it. Of course, last week they waited till the fourth quarter to put up those 14 points to pull out the big win over there at Pioneer. 2nd and 10 from the 23. 4 wide receivers up top. Carpenter on that shallow crossing pattern once again.
He had him. He went to the outside. Williams stepped up in the pocket. Just wasn't a very good ball, but it feels like here, this is kind of a big drive for New Haven. This is a big third down. New Haven needs to sustain this drive, but watch Williams here in the replay. Step up in the pocket. Nice job, but you got to give a catchable ball. But right now the receivers for New Haven also have to help their quarterback out. My rule was, as an old quarterback, if the ball hits you in the hands anywhere, hey, man, you got to catch it, right?
You know, with the 4 wide receivers up top, Joe, when you look at that play, once he breaks that first level there, he stayed in the pocket. Williams, he could have ran to the right side. A lot of space there on the right side with all those wide receivers on top. This time he's flushed out, and he will be tripped up down to the 31-yard line. Making the tackle is number 5, Matthew Bobe.
Yeah, that's a nice play by the senior Bobe. 6'2", 180. A little bit of an unsung player, but Williams was going to roll maybe to the first down. But the effort by Bobe to chase on the backside and make this tackle. Watch Bobe not give up on the plate. Nice job. That's an excellent play by Bobe. Plays that defensive end position.
6 tackles, 2 tackles for a loss entering today's game for Bobe. Once again, a senior defender for Leo. So once again, we got Crawford along with Miller back to return it for the Lions. Funky little kick there, and they're going to go with the reverse on the punt return. Miller just waiting. He's so patient out there, Joe, taken down at the 40-yard line.
How about that? That shows you how good Crawford's hands are. Crawford just catches that ball like it's nothing, flips it to Miller, but you make a great point. Miller is so patient with the blocks. Watch Crawford. Look at that. He just flips it. Now watch Miller. Boop, boop, boop. Look at that. Boop, boop. Look at that. Look at those moves, Jeff. Just so patient to get up there, and he's just so difficult to bring down. So big series here. Can Leo crank it up? There's only a couple minutes left in the half. Can they crank their offense up a little bit and throw the ball?
Hey, another nice punt there by Jakar Williams, the quarterback. 1st and 10 from the 42, 32 on the clock for the Lions. Handoff goes to the 3rd.
Wow, and that's Hagler. Hagler again blows that play up. Looked like Leo gave that ball to 21. Carson Hopner that time, but boy, I tell you what, now you're playing football if you're New Haven. Hagler is in the backfield every time. Watch Hagler. Boom, makes that tackle. Beautiful. If they're not going to block you, get back there and blow the play up, and that's an adjustment Leo will have to make.
2nd and 13 from the 37. Hagler starting to feel it. Caden Miller gets back to the original line of scrimmage after the gain of about 3 yards. Once again, making the stop for New Haven is Mason Moore.
Yeah, and I like what New Haven's doing now. New Haven's getting guys in gaps, filling holes, and they're playing some good defense. So this is a good adjustment. And I think for Leo in the second half, I don't know what Leo's going. It looks like Leo's content just to run some clock here. But in the second half, they're going to have to get that defensive end Hagler blocked.
3rd and 10 after the no gain here from the 40. This would be a big stop for New Haven if they can contain Jackson Barber and the Lions. Handoff that time went to number 23, Ethan Crawford, and nice stop by Dre Wright.
Yeah, Dre Wright fills that hole. I thought Leo was going to throw it. They brought Crawford in, the 2 tight ends, and they used Crawford at tight end, but they elect to run the ball. And watch Dre Wright and the traction AP fill this play. Watch this play. Boom. That's how you play linebacker right there, baby. And I tell you what, I wish my Bearcats would offer him because he's a big-time talent.
When Dre Wright hits you, you usually stop your forward progress.
Absolutely. 6'2", 220. Very intelligent player. As far as instincts, I think one of the better linebackers we've ever seen with the instincts to be able to make those plays. He's a big-time D1 kid, but I liked how Coach Lynn burnt the time out there, Jeff, because you feel like maybe New Haven can just get something going with that offense.
I'll tell you what, Joe, I was talking with a New Haven coach before the game. He used to be over at Norwell, and he said, yeah, Dre Wright, a little bit better than Pearson Harnish was.
Yeah, I wouldn't doubt it. I mean, I came out here when Dre Wright was a freshman. Dre Wright was 15 years old, Jeff, and he was making 10 tackles a game out there. He is a phenomenal player. I challenge you to find a linebacker that can play with those kinds of instincts, but he's a big-time player, big-time D1 kid. If I'm Toledo or Cincinnati, I'm all over him.
Dwenger with 90 total yards, Homestead with 29 total yards in that game over at Homestead. Sanders going to wait for the fair catch, and that is just going to lie still. That ball dropped at the 21, rolls to the 19. Another outstanding kick, getting that ball inside the 20. Dre Wright, 3.6 GPA is what I'm told. Getting it done in the classroom, both him and Jakar Williams with really good grades for the Bulldogs.
Yeah, Wright's just a great kid. Wright is a winner. And if I'm Cincinnati or Toledo or Indiana or Purdue, I'm all over him, Jeff. That's the kind of kid you want in your program, and nobody has the instincts to can play that position like Wright. But I tell you what, as far as Homestead and Dwenger, those defenses are good. There were some questions about those Homestead corners, but those corners, Austin Keyser's having a huge year for Homestead, so good corners for Homestead. And how about Luke Palmer? Luke Palmer didn't play the first game. He's averaging almost 12 to 13 tackles a game for Homestead. And Dwenger, all you got to do is look at the roster and see all the Titmans, and they're awesome too. So two really good defenses, but we'll see if the difference in that game is maybe the quarterback position. I really like Brandon Lytle for Bishop Dwenger.
Yeah, Brendan Lytle's not bad at all. Hey, how about Lake Erie College? Is Jakar Williams going to shake off one tackler? Good pursuit there by the Leo Lions as he's pushed out about the 25-yard line. Lake Erie College comes to Fort Wayne. First thing they do is offer Devin Tittman and Dre Wright, the Division II program out of Ohio. Boy, they're looking for defense. They found the two best linebackers in Northeast Indiana.
Absolutely. I mean, I just scratched my head. I come out here, we do the games every week, and I'm stunned that Purdue and Indiana and some of these MAC schools aren't offering some of these kids. I mean, the football in this area is so good, Jeff.
2nd and 4 from the 25, 57 seconds and counting, and a nice shot. That was a bullet to number 30, Thomas Latham, 6'5", 230, wide receiver, the senior. That was a rifle.
That's a great pass, and Latham is a fantastic basketball player. But that's the weakness in the Leo defense, is the middle of the defense.
On 1st and 10 here from the 41, out of the shotgun, Williams looking downfield, and that pass right through the hands of number 21, Carson Hopner, the junior linebacker, nearly had a pick.
And Hopner's going to hate that because that was right in his hands. But Williams can't be late with that outside hook. If I'm New Haven, I work with my passing game, I work the inside. Watch how Williams is a little bit late with this ball. That's the wide side.
This is that reception there. That was a laser over there to Latham.
And on that one, Jeff, I liked how they're working the inside of the defense. That's the weak part in the Leo pass defense.
2nd and 10 from the 41 here for Jakar Williams, being flushed out of the pocket once again. This time he's going to be pushed out about the 42-yard line, gain of 1. Looks like a gain of 2 on the play.
And that's good push up front with Leo. That time it looked like number 13, Luke Schoppel, got in there, 6'4", 170, only a sophomore, but put the pressure on Jakari Williams. But I come back and I run those routes to the middle of the field if I'm New Haven.
Joe Williams, only a junior here at New Haven. Once again, we are not seeing the running back Jarrell Jackson, who's also a junior at 5'10", 225. So he's a major weapon here for the Bulldogs. Pretty much going the whole game in the backfield is Quantry Sanders, and we're going to have a timeout called by the Bulldogs.
Yeah, and you hate to burn that timeout there, but New Haven needs to get organized on 3rd down. But this would be a great chance now maybe to get Lane Woodson the third to football, and maybe you move Woodson in a little bit at slot a little bit too and try to get a different matchup. But if you're New Haven, you want to get that football to Woodson and really attack here. So maybe a chance maybe to get some points before the half.
28-12, Carroll on top, 31-0. the Cadets. So Concordia getting it done against Bishop Lures, Snyder, and Southside. Let's see. Wayne is up 16-13 over Northside in the second quarter. Can you believe that one, Joe?
That's a shocker, I tell you. But Wayne, I tell you what, with that experience, that head coach, with Coach Haydock out there, Wayne maybe has found something, and I was blown away how hard Chris Thomas ran last week. He ran for over 300 yards, and as great as Becker and Deuce Taylor were, we kind of forgot about how great Chris Thomas was last week for Wayne.
Hey, on Bernard Pollard Day over at Southside, it's 7-7 Archers and the Panthers.
Absolutely. Got to play hard on Bernard Pollard night, right?
Absolutely. You do 3rd and 9 from the 42. Williams looking downfield. He's got room to run as Leo closed down quickly, but Williams going to fall forward for the first down. I thought Leo had to stop there.
I thought they're going to give him a nice spot. Boy, that's a break for New Haven. I thought that was going to be 4th down, and the break on that, Jeff, is it also stops the clock for New Haven. So now if you're Williams, you got to throw it down the field.
1st and 10 from the 49. Offset left is Sanders. They're going to hit him in the flats on the swing pass. Sanders just jukes the defender to get another 15 yards before he's hit out of bounds. Nice move in the open field.
That's a nice move, and that's a nice read by Williams. And what makes that play go, Jeff, is he gets rid of that football early. So that's the key, and Leo's going to give that up, and that's something you want to take. So nice job by Williams. Get that ball out early. Watch Sanders. Boom. Look at that juke right there. Nice move. So maybe a chance here to get a touchdown before the half. You got 14 seconds left. Probably got 2 plays. Boy, I'd be looking for Lane Woodson on the outside, and if I'm Carroll, I put my best defender out there to Crawford to defend Woodson.
Breaking ankle, so out of the shotgun, Williams, another quick pass. That one over to Lane Woodson, his first catch of the game.
Yeah, and that's nice. Leo gives that ball up, and Woodson runs a nice route, good timing. Didn't take much time off the clock, only 5 seconds. So now you're within striking distance now. Maybe 2 plays now, but I tell you what, I like Latham down here, Jeff, at the bottom of the screen, 6'5", 230. Maybe you run a corner route to the end zone to Latham here.
9.1 seconds remaining here in the second quarter. It's 2nd and 1. Williams rolling to his right, looking downfield, and that's going to be out of the back of the end zone. 3.8 seconds remains. Joe, you know what's making this drive really go? You mentioned it earlier, are these quick passes by Jakar Williams.
Yeah, and that's my adjustment at halftime if I'm New Haven. In the second half, I attack with the quick passing game. I get my back out of the backfield involved. Now, that time, New Haven, they ran Latham on the post and brought Carpenter back behind it. So I tell you what, I would be tempted to come back and throw a post here to Latham. So let's see what New Haven dials up here, Jeff.
Sanders now, it's the pistol alignment for Jakar Williams and the Bulldogs. 2 wide receivers up top. Now offset right is Sanders. Williams looks to his left, stays with that first progression, and the crossing pattern in the end zone. And we are going into the half with Leo up 14-0. But I'm going to tell you what, the Bulldogs going to head into halftime, into the locker room, after having a little bit of momentum.
Yeah, they do. They found something there. I'll tell you what, they don't score there, but now New Haven has established that they can throw their short passing game, and their defense played much better in the second quarter. So if I'm Coach Lynn, we may be down 14-0, but now I got something to work with, and let's see what Leo's adjustment will be with their offense in the second half against New Haven's defense, because New Haven's defense played a lot better those last 3 drives, Jeff.
Well, absolutely. Here at the break, we're going to take a quick break, and we'll be back with more Indiana High School football here on Summit City Sports. Leo up 14-0 here at New Haven.
Sure, we have to do this. A bit of a hill. His mother said, if you're coming to school, you got to bring your sister, because they have to go and work in the fields. So this kid carries his 1-year-old sister everywhere. A lot of those kids don't eat in the morning. A lot of those kids, the only place they do eat is at that school.
I thought going up that mountain, Mary's meals can reach everywhere that there's a hungry child.
You see what happens after a simple meal? It just came to life.
Love reaches everywhere.
Parkview Sports Medicine's integrated sports medicine team is built to serve the needs of all athletes in all sports. Our team's only goal is to improve athletes in every facet. PSM offers performance training to help athletes get better on the field, dedicated athletic rehabilitation and physical therapy to help them get better off of it, certified athletic trainers in our PSM schools providing daily support to our athletes, and a specialized orthopedic walk-in clinic when injury strikes. Call 260-266-4007 to speak to our care navigators or visit ParkviewSportsMedicine.com to learn more about what we can do to improve athletes at all levels. Parkview Sports Medicine. Become more. Joint pain, sprains, strains, or a possible broken bone? Make the Parkview Ortho Express walk-in clinic your first stop when you have an orthopedic or sports injury. Call 260-266-4007 for more information.
Welcome to the Summit City, home to the 260's dedicated high school athletes and fans. Each victory and celebration captured by our cameras. Treasure the highlights from the Summit Athletic Conference this season, or complete games live or on demand. After all, nobody's more proud to call Fort Wayne home than SummitCitySports.com.
I was once a Southside kid who was led on a journey by high school football. A journey that taught me discipline, toughness, and the skills that made me a success. As a businessman with a CPA license who owns his own firm, I still use the building blocks of high school sports in my everyday life. Someday sports will end no matter what level you reach, but you will be left with the skills to compete in the next game, the game of life.
Joint pain, sprains, strains, or a possible broken bone? Make the Parkview Ortho Express walk-in clinic your first stop when you have an orthopedic or sports injury. Parkview Ortho Express, located at the Sport One Parkview Fieldhouse, gives you access to quick care and orthopedic physicians when you need it most. Get x-rays, treatment, and referrals to Parkview Care, all in the convenience of a walk-in clinic. Call 260-266-4007 for more information.
Thank you for watching Summit City Sports. To help broaden our coverage, we're asking you to become a monthly sponsor to our Patreon account. We produce weekly highlights and live video broadcast. When the Homestead girls golf team won its first state title in program history, we were there. When Fort Wayne brought back 3 state titles in cross country, we were there. We believe in sharing positive stories and setting the standard for how high school sports should be covered. Join us and donate today.
The Kelly Automotive Group is simple, transparent, reliable. Simple. Our customer specialists make buying a car easy and fun. Transparent. Our price listed is the best price. No hassle, no gimmicks. Reliable. Buy with confidence and peace of mind. We work hard to ensure the best value however you shop. Come see us in Decatur at the 2733 Auto Mall and shop 7 brands in one location. The Kelly Automotive Group. Simple, transparent, reliable.
This is an invitation to join a movement propelled by people who care and members who have a share in the place they bank.
Good morning, Sam.
So when you have the chance to get your first home loan, you know an expert will guide you every step of the way. Or when it's time to buy your new car, you'll be treated like more than just a credit score.
Good news, ProFed can get you that payment.
This is an invitation to a place where simply belonging can help enrich your whole community. ProFed Credit Union. You're invited.
Welcome back, everybody, here at New Haven High School. We're at the half. Leo leads it 14-0. And wow, Joe, what a first half there by the Leo Lions. Caden Miller, you know, he's that middle halfback with those 3 halfbacks. He hits the hole so fast. It's like, holy cow, what just happened?
Yeah, and that was really the difference in the first half. I don't think New Haven was ready for how fast Miller hits the hole. In those first couple drives, Leo just dominated with their rushing attack, but I like the adjustment New Haven has made. They're pushing their linebackers closer to the line of scrimmage. They did a better job slowing down that power rushing attack that Leo has. And also, if I'm Coach Lynn, I'm noticing the fact that DJ Allen's not playing tonight for Leo, so I don't think Leo's really going to have much of a passing game. We've seen them split Crawford out a couple times and throw the ball, but New Haven's defended that. So if I'm New Haven, I go one-on-one with Crawford if he does split out. Other than that, everybody's at the point of attack. So it's going to be interesting to see if Leo can kind of get that running game going again, because you were right, Jeff. Miller was awesome in the first half, finding them holes and running that football.
That was Tanner Jackson on that last replay. He also had some big runs. We saw late in the game that the New Haven defense was starting to get after it. This is on that first drive. But the Bulldog that's really standing out is Jamarian Hagler. Hagler causing a lot. That time coming up through the block was Dre Wright. Hagler was trailing on the plays. We've seen that a lot, where from behind, Hagler is causing some havoc.
Yeah, he is. Hagler's coming off the edge. Hagler plays outside linebacker, but New Haven's playing a five-man front. And there's a lot of plays that Leo's not accounting for that defensive end, and Hagler is all over the field making tackles. And I thought Hagler was probably the most impressive defender, him and Dre Wright, for New Haven in the first half. So let's see what Leo's going to do, Jeff. Leo's going to have to account for him. And if I'm New Haven, though, I'm absolutely selling out now with the run, because I just don't think Leo's going to be able to throw it tonight, Jeff.
Well, on the other side, we did see New Haven on that last drive there. Jakar Williams was really settling into his own there with that quick-hitting passing game. I'm telling you what, he has got one of the strongest arms I've seen in Northeast Indiana. Let's just check out this laser here to Latham, the wide receiver, the tall wide receiver. Joe, look at this arm.
Yeah, he's got a great arm. Cameron Smith has done so well with him. And what I like about that route is Latham runs a hook on the inside, and Latham sits down with that zone and just finds the open spot. That's where New Haven needs to attack, because Carroll's so cognizant of Lane Woodson on the outside. Run your slots on the inside. Run the hooks on the inside. Run the post on the inside, and you can hurt that Leo defense. So I expect New Haven to come out and do that. And I have a sneaky feeling. I think New Haven is going to make this a much closer game in the second half, Jeff.
And Jakar Williams with his feet, 6'4", 220 pounds. Look at him just run through defenders to get 3 extra yards. He's a serious threat running the ball.
Yeah, you're so right about that, because he's so big. He's 6'4", 220. It's hard to get him down. So if Williams can complete some of those short passes, and then with that run pass option, tuck that football and get upfield, it's going to put a lot of pressure on that Leo defense, because the most difficult thing to defend for a defense is a quarterback that can run out of the pocket, and man, can Williams do that. So I think New Haven's going to maybe calm down here in the second half, and New Haven has the football start in the second half, so maybe a big drive start in the second half for New Haven.
Joe, you got any score updates over there? I did see where Northside took the lead heading into the half.
Yeah, that's a war over at Chambers Field. I mean, Northside was down early to Wayne, and Wayne's feeling good with that power rushing attack, but Northside got a touchdown before the half to go up 21-16, so that's a hard-fought football game there. And I tell you what, Concordia missed Brandon Davis so much, and you can see it tonight. 31-0 going into halftime over Bishop Lures, and that's a much improved Lures team, so that's a big score for Concordia. And I love this one on Bernard Pollard night. We got to play hard tonight for Bernard Pollard. 7-7 Southside Snyder at the half. So I really felt like last week Dwanger put it on Southside, but we saw that Morris had that big 98-yard touchdown run. We've got some talent over there. We got Lattimore. You always liked Jalen Lattimore, Jeff, and we got Morris at running back. We got Bernie, the defensive tackle. So we've got some talent. So it's good to see that game 7-7.
Getting all the reps here in the backfield is Quantry Sanders. You see him here on the swing pass. They got some real athletic weapons over here at New Haven. We've also seen it from number 20, Jalen Carpenter. How do you get those guys more involved in the second half, Joe? You still hit them with those quick-hitting passes like we saw right there on the swing pass?
Yeah, absolutely. The slot back, Jalen Carpenter, the senior, 6'3", 160. I pick up my offense a little bit with Jakar Williams. Maybe I go a little bit faster, maybe a little bit of no huddle, but I attack the middle of the field. I run Carpenter and Latham on hooks or posts. Then I also swing the ball out of the backfield to Sanders, because I think what's going on right now is Williams wants to get the ball to Woodson, but Crawford's so good out there, and Woodson commands so much attention that I think you have to drop the ball down, throw some short passes to loosen up that Leo defense. Then once you loosen it up, then you can throw the home run ball to Woodson. But they need to loosen up the defense early on, Jeff.
Next week, East Noble at Leo, New Haven at Norwell, Columbia City at DeKalb, Belmont at Huntington North. The NE8 is really starting to fire up here in week number 4 and week number 5.
Absolutely. And we talked about how well Columbia City, we had an early score of 14-0 in that one, but Columbia City with Greg Bolt has been awesome this year. I thought Norwell, and I'll tell you what, Norwell, that was a battle with Leo last week. Norwell is going to win some football games. Norwell is a physical football team. So for New Haven, I tell you what, you get a big second half here with Leo, but you got Norwell next week, and obviously for Leo, they got the big one with East Noble next week. But really important for New Haven now to play better in the second half, because these first 3 games for New Haven, they haven't had the penalties or the turnovers, and tonight we've seen a little bit of that in the first half. So let's find out how much this team is growing up, Jeff, in the second half.
Absolutely. Well, we'll take one more break before the start of the second half. You're watching Indiana High School football here on Summit City Sports. Should be a great second half with Leo up 7-0. Pat, right now it's a little yellow because of like the green in the turf, because we're in a wide shot. So if it stays that way, just like start zooming in on like the white bulldog and it'll clear itself up because it's on that automatic setting.
Right, I was going to say, do you want me to flip off it?
Yeah, you can go flip off it and just zoom in on that white of the sideline or something and go to automatic. That'll work. I mean, honestly, now in week 4 and 5, you're at the point where you can just go manual white balance.
Is that the beginning?
The Kelly Automotive Group is simple, transparent, reliable. Simple. Our customer specialists make buying a car easy and fun. Transparent. Our price listed is the best price. No hassle, no gimmicks. Reliable. Buy with confidence and peace of mind. We work hard to ensure the best value however you shop. Come see us in Decatur at the 2733 Auto Mall and shop 7 brands in one location. The Kelly Automotive Group. Simple, transparent, reliable.
This is an invitation to join a movement propelled by people who care and members who have a share in the place they bank.
Good morning, Sam.
So when you have the chance to get your first home loan, you know an expert will guide you every step of the way. Or when it's time to buy your new car, you'll be treated like more than just a credit score.
Good news, ProFed can get you that payment.
This is an invitation to a place where simply belonging can help enrich your whole community. ProFed Credit Union. You're invited.
I was once a Southside kid who was led on a journey by high school football. A journey that taught me discipline, toughness, and the skills that made me a success. As a businessman with a CPA license who owns his own firm, I still use the building blocks of high school sports in my everyday life. Someday sports will end no matter what level you reach, but you will be left with the skills to compete in the next game, the game of life.
Welcome back, everybody. Inside 1 minute left to the start of the second half. Joe, what are your keys for Leo to keep this ball rolling?
Leo needs to get back with that power rushing attack. New Haven's made the adjustment, take away that inside running game. So I think Leo needs to attack those edges a little bit more. And I think Leo needs to be able to throw a couple passes to Crawford. He's a big target out there, 6'3", 180. So if I'm Leo, I'm tempted. Barber has a good arm. Let him throw the ball a little bit on first down. See if you can catch New Haven napping a little bit and make a play. As far as New Haven, they were kind of rolling out their corners and safety early on in the first half. They have to get up in the run game. Those corners have to provide really the containment on the outside. I take Wright or Carswell, move them up to the line of scrimmage, and I take away Miller. I make Leo beat me with the outside. So that's really the adjustment as far as Leo's offense against New Haven's defense. As far as New Haven's offense, come back with the short passing game. We need tempo. Let's get in and get out of the huddle. Let's run our plays fast. And let's attack the inside of the field with Latham, and let's also drop the ball back out of the backfield. If you remember in the first half, New Haven had a play where they dropped the ball down to Sanders out of the backfield, and he had a big run. So New Haven needs to attack throwing that football with the short controlled passing game, and the Leo defense needs to get a pass rush and get Williams down when he breaks contain, Jeff.
Well, folks, today's game is brought to you in part by Kelly Automotive Group, Indiana's #1 automotive group with over 1,000 new vehicles and 500 pre-owned vehicles to choose from. Please visit drivekelly.com. Simple, transparent, reliable. Tom Steele Tire has been servicing the Fort Wayne area for over 40 years. They will help you find the perfect tire for your vehicle. And other automotive repair services like brakes, wheel alignments, engine diagnostics, and more over at Tom Steele Tire. Big Eye Fish has been around the Northeast Indiana area for generations. Like their Facebook pages for updated promotions. Enjoy the best fish in Fort Wayne in a family-friendly environment at Big Eye Fish. You're invited to join ProFed Credit Union, where we get to know you to better serve you. Sign up online in 5 minutes or stop by a branch. Join ProFed today and start owning your financial future at profedcu.org. At Ottenweller Contracting, we invest in our customers by providing peace of mind during the entire process from bid to build. Visit OttenwellerContracting.com. Summit Volleyball trains and builds the highest quality volleyball players in the area. From ages 5 to 18, our players are equipped with elite level skills and a foundation of life skills. Jump on board. Together, we can reach the summit. Anderson Heating and Air Conditioning is dedicated to providing the best possible solution for your home or business. Visit AndersonCoolHeat.com. Ellis Teca Mexican Restaurant has been a Fort Wayne favorite since 1973. Ellis Teca Mexican recipes are sure to tantalize your taste buds. Visit EllisTecaRestaurant.com. iCryo specializes in whole body cryotherapy, body sculpting, cryofacials, infrared sauna, and compression therapy. They are located on Coliseum Boulevard, right by Blaze Pizza, and that is Jalen Smith's signature location. He's got some in Dallas as well. So back to return it from the 11-yard line. They're going to fake the reverse. Sanders cuts it up, and he'll be stopped at about the 25-yard line. Quintari Sanders, the junior running back.
Yeah, good return by Sanders. So now some pretty good field position for New Haven, but nice job by Leo to stay in their lanes and keep the discipline and make that tackle. But I can't stress to you enough how important this first drive is. New Haven needs to pick up the tempo. New Haven needs to throw the football and really get things moving now.
So it'll be 1st and 10 for the Bulldogs. 11:52, just 8 seconds into the third quarter here in this big NE8 matchup. Williams with the pistol alignment, 2 wide receivers up top. Sanders now offset right. In motion is number 20, Carpenter, and the handoff going to go to Sanders. He'll bump it out wide, and a great job of filling, and the contain by number 21, Carson Hepner.
That's a heck of a play by Hepner, the junior, 5'10", 175, the outside backer, scrapes and makes the play. And that's a situation where Sanders has to plant the outside leg. Look at the replay here. Sanders needs to stay in the hole. Look at Hepner. Beautiful. Contain, makes the tackle. That's how you play the outside linebacker position.
They'll bring up 2nd and 16 from the 18-yard line, a loss of -6 on the play. Williams trips right, now on the wide receiver screen. That pass goes to number 87, Mylan Graham. Graham going to be pushed out all the way to the 32-yard line.
And that's a great play call. That play is there. It needs to be a quick, controlled passing game, and that's what New Haven needs to do. So watch how fast in the Traction AP replay, that ball's out quick. Look how quick it's out. Nice. And look, he gets upfield. So when that ball comes out quick, you can make that play. That's what New Haven needs to do. Now, I would throw the ball here, and I'd work the middle of the field, see if one of my slots can settle in for a hook.
3rd and 2 now from the 32-yard line. Handoff, now it's a fake handoff. Williams going to keep it himself following the block of Dre Wright.
Yeah, Dre Wright throws a nice block, and Williams, 6'4", 220. He's just tough to go down. So that's big for New Haven because remember, Jeff, it was 2nd and 16, so New Haven gets a big first down. So this is a good start to this drive for New Haven.
Dre Wright playing the role of fullback on that play right there. Did not block anybody, so it'll bring 1st and 10, and this time New Haven draws Leo offside.
Yeah, nice job by Williams. You change that snap count out. It does two things. Sometimes you can get an easy penalty like this and get a quick 5 yards, but it's also going to make Leo not fire off quite as fast, and it gives your offensive line a little bit of a break and a little bit of a lead to get out in those defenders.
1st and 5 here for the Bulldogs after the offsides. 10:37 and counting. Right offset left. 2 wide receivers up top, 2 on the bottom. Lathan on the bottom of your screen. Williams once again flushed out of the pocket. This time he's going to run it. He's got room to run. 5 yards, 6 yards. That'd be about a 10-yard gain there for Jakar Williams.
Yeah, Williams does a nice job of recognizing the pressure, but they're going to nail New Haven here for a hold, which is a shame because Williams breaks through the pressure and puts the pressure on that defense with that run, but that's going to be a big hold, and that's going to back New Haven up.
The tough on the holding call right there.
And that's what's difficult. You know, Leo's getting that pressure, and, boy, you got to let go. If you're going to throw those blocks, and it's so hard when your quarterback's in the pocket, but that's a devastating penalty for New Haven.
So it'll be a loss of, about 12 yards.
So it's going to be, it's going to be 1st down, Jeff. It looks like maybe about 16, 1st and maybe 16 or 17. So go back to your short passing game.
So 2 wide receivers up top. Number 5 is Lane Woodson at the very top of your screen. 2 wide receivers on bottom, right in the backfield with Jakar Williams. Williams checking to the sideline. And right there, they're just seeing the defensive alignment here. He's audibling into another play. 3 down linemen, and the handoff goes to Dre Wright. He's stuffed in the backfield. What a great swarm by that defensive front 6. And coming off the pile last was number 5, Matthew Bobe, having a big game.
Yeah, Bobe looks good out there making those plays. But on that one, Williams just needs to stick with the pass play. He changed that play to a run play, and Leo stunted right into the play. So New Haven's going to have to throw the football here.
An outstanding job by Tanner Jackson, also getting a helmet in on the stop in the backfield for the Lions. We'll bring up 2nd down and 19 after the 2-yard loss. Williams, and there is that quick play. And you got to be careful there if you're the wide receiver. That ball obviously thrown out in front, but also close to that area of a lateral where it could have been a fumble.
Yeah, New Haven's got to catch that football. That play has a chance to get 10 yards. I like the play call, but you got to catch that ball. So I'll tell you something else interesting. On the short side down here, you have Latham, who's 6'5", and Leo has a defender out there. Number 3 for Leo is Bryant. He only goes 5'7", 145. You could pick on that matchup and maybe throw a fade right down the field.
On 3rd and 19, back in the backfield is Sanders for the Bulldogs. Once again, flushed out of the pocket, being drugged down by about the 31-yard line, so gain of 3 for Williams.
And that's the linebacker that time, Wentz, making that tackle. So good series for Leo, kept their discipline. New Haven shot themselves in the foot that time with the holding call and couldn't overcome it. So a good series for Leo to get off the field, and that's a little bit deflating for New Haven because you really wanted to get some points starting the second half.
So Williams back to punt it. He's been a fine punter all game long, this time from the 31-yard line. That's a huge punt of over 50 yards. He does have the wind at his back. Wind's not blowing as strong. Caden Miller doing what he does, creating magic, and Miller is gone. Got one man left to beat, and that is Jakar Williams. Wow, what a return. 70 yards to the house.
Whoa. Touchdown. Unbelievable. And Leo fumbles the punt. And Williams is right there to pick it up, Jeff. And wow, unbelievable run back for a touchdown. And a big bust on the special teams for New Haven. But wow, what a play by Leo.
With 8:36, Caden Miller with his 3rd touchdown of the game. Joe, check this out. Picks the ball up at the 16-yard line.
And I thought Williams was going to get him at the end. And look at this move right here. Oh, he just uses the edge on him. I thought Williams was going to get him, but Cade Miller has just been a beast tonight.
PAT is up, and it's in. So Leo goes up 21-0 here in New Haven. What a game. You're watching Indiana High School football here on Summit City Sports.
I choose to do whole body cryotherapy after practices, games, and training. It reduces inflammation in my muscles and allows me to move more agile throughout my profession. I became a believer in iCryo after my severe injury in college at Notre Dame, tore my ACL, and I was looking for ways to recover, ways to get back on the field. So I'm thankful for iCryo.
Well, that was exciting. Caden Miller providing the fireworks. We'll check it out one more time here. Picks the ball up off the turf at the 17. And once again, just so patient with the juke. He's strong there with the stiff arm. And now he's got to go up against Jakar Williams. Yeah. He's got the speed to bounce it outside. Wow.
Reminds me of Darren Sproles, the way he's in the open field.
Caden Miller with your 3rd touchdown. This ball received at about the 7-yard line for Sanders. He's hit hard right at about the 22-yard line.
Boy, Leo looks great. And this is Leo football. This is what Coach Sauter's known for. Power rushing attack, good defense, and they win on special teams. And man, did Miller win on that play, Jeff. That's going to be one of your top 10s this week.
No doubt about it. Look at the big hit there. And all the momentum with Leo right now. We talked about, New Haven coming out of the break with a little bit of momentum. But, wow, the Leo Lions are getting it done.
They sure are. And they run down after that big punt return by Miller for a touchdown. They steam down on special teams and just bring the wood there. So we'll see what New Haven can do, I tell you what.
Sanders offset left, trips on the bottom of your screen. Handoff goes to Sanders, and breaking up the play in the backfield for Leo is Bobe.
Let's see if he's okay. He kind of twisted his leg there. Let's see if he's okay. But Bobe's been great tonight. And Bobe's a little bit unheralded. 6'2", 180, the senior. And, yeah, he's walking it off. Good job. I tell you what, he's played well. And New Haven just hasn't gotten him blocked.
Folks, remember, you'll want to visit 260 Sports on Twitter or Summit City Sports Facebook so you can like, share, and retweet all the highlights, getting ready to tweet out Bobe making plays all over the field.
And New Haven needs to get something going. I thought New Haven really had a good shot here in the second half to get things rolling, but they've just been kind of stagnant. Look here, Jeff, they're snapping the ball late in the play clock, just not a lot of tempo.
2nd and 15 from the 18, and another one. That one just a little bit out in front of Carpenter, but you saw some alligator arms.
Yeah, that's a little bit of alligator arms, and that's some respect for those inside linebackers, O'Brien and Wirtz for Leo. So I don't know if Carpenter quite wanted that one, but somebody for New Haven needs to step up and make a play.
Going to bring up 3rd and 15 here for the Bulldogs. Leo started off this game hot with 2 touchdowns in the first quarter. Miller with a 36-yard touchdown run. And then with 26 seconds left, Miller with a 3-yard touchdown. And now here in the third quarter, Williams going to take off running once again, but Leo's doing a good job of keeping him contained.
And exactly. Leo was so well coached and so disciplined. And that time, number 14 for Leo, that's Tanner Jackson, gets him out of bounds. Watch the Traction AP replay. You think Williams has a chance to make a big play, but watch Jackson come up with the discipline right there. And he sidelines his friend, forces him right out of the sideline. And we got a score update. Homestead 7, Dwenger nothing. Homestead just scored. So, boy, what a defensive battle that is.
So on 4th and 10, another big punt by Williams coming up. That one not as good as the last 3, but not returnable either as it rolls out at the 37-yard line. So that was fantastically done by the starting quarterback.
Yeah, he does a nice job punting that ball. So that time he kicks it away, and boy, things couldn't be any better for Coach Souder and Leo now. Up 21-0. Now you can pound away with your run game, Jeff. And if you're New Haven, you want to make that tackle, but maybe you're kind of grabbing at that football a little bit, hoping maybe you get a break for a turnover.
So 7:39 left to play here in the third, and this is where Leo's just going to eat up a bunch of the clock here.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be surprised if they take 5 minutes off with this possession. If you're New Haven, you need Jamarian Hagler to come up and continue to start making plays. Hagler now at the left defensive end spot as a handoff goes to number 23, Ethan Crawford. Once again making the play has been Mason Moore.
Yeah, Moore's played well tonight. 6 feet, 190 pounds. The senior has really stepped up and played well and made those plays. So, New Haven's done a much better job. You throw out that first quarter, that defense done a much better job against this run game, Jeff.
So that's going to bring up 2nd and 8 after the 2-yard gain. And I'll tell you, that's what Leo wants to do. They want to wear you down there with that big offensive line and that continuous rushing attack. This time Barber hands off to Jackson. Jackson hit by Isaac Carswell, and that's going to be a loss of about 1 yard.
Yeah, boy, Carswell's a player, too. New Haven's awesome at the inside linebackers. Both backers are about 220, and Carswell just plants Jackson that time. So now it's 3rd down. You think Leo puts the ball in the air? I'd probably continue to run the ball and run some clock. And what that means for New Haven, if you can get the stop here, you've got to score on your possessions to get back in this game because Leo's going to shorten this game.
Brings up 3rd and 6. Ball at the 41. Now we're inside 6 minutes and 20 seconds here for the Lions. A tight formation. The pitch goes to Jackson, taking it out wide. Woo! And a big hit there on the sideline. Was that Carswell once again?
That looked like Carswell, and that was a collision. I thought he was going to get the corner for Leo, but watch Carswell. He comes over and just finishes this play. Watch the AP Traction replay. Leo's looking to get the edge. Watch Carswell right there. Boy, just tracks him down. Great defense. So, again, three plays and a stop for New Haven, so they just got to get their offense going, Jeff.
So in to punt it now is Carson McCauley on 4th and 3 from the 44. Back deep, Carpenter and Sanders for these Bulldogs. Left-footed punt is high, and it's a perfect spiral. It's going to fall at the 26-yard line and roll forward for another 5 yards. He is a fantastic punter.
He is such a weapon for Leo. And if you're New Haven, you got to come up and make that catch on that punt. Save yourself a little bit of field position, but what a weapon for Leo. So now, if I'm New Haven, I'm tempted maybe even to try my 2-minute offense here. We've got to get some tempo. We got to push this ball down the field.
Take another look here at that big collision here on the sideline. Carswell doing a good job of flying to the ball from his middle linebacker position.
Just the ability to chase.
Wow.
Wow, isn't that awesome? But the ability to chase and chase that play down in the instincts. And I tell you what, Carswell has a great running mate to learn from in Dre Wright.
Jakar Williams out of the shotgun looking downfield, and that's what you want to see. Livingston with the pressure finds the open receiver for a 14-yard gain, and that's the second catch of the game for Mylan Graham.
Nice job that time. Graham just sits down in the zone, and Williams finds him. That's what New Haven needs to do. Watch Williams' strength to run through that tackle right there and deliver that football right. And nice job of sitting down in the zone for New Haven. So there you go. Get a positive play on first down. Now, hurry up. Let's get moving.
Joe, I've been waiting for it ever since the first half. I've been waiting for Williams to look downfield once again for Lane Woodson. We haven't seen it. Looked like he wanted to do it on that play right there. Woodson probably was covered. Now looking for Latham on the out pattern. That's going to bring up 2nd and 10.
Yeah, and he had him, and that's where Cameron Smith is working with Williams. There was no point to throw that ball that hard. He had Latham, just give him a catchable ball. They had the one-on-one on the short side, and Latham was open, and Williams has got to stand tall and put that ball on the money.
It brings up 2nd and 10 here from the 35. Wow, Homestead up 7-0 over Dwenger. That would be a big upset. Love that Homestead defense. And looks like a design QB run there for Jakar Williams. Nice stiff arm, and he will walk out at about the 39-yard line. That is a gain of about 26 yards on the play.
And that's a great play call for New Haven. Williams is such a force running that football, 6'4", 220. And when you look at the replay on this one, Jeff, look at Williams, the short side. Look at the end. Yep, the end gets sucked in, and Williams breaks the tackle there, and that's a big play for New Haven. So Leo's going to have to make an adjustment on that short side to make sure they have somebody out there.
Joe, who wants to tackle Jakar Williams in the open field? He's big. 4 wide receivers on the bottom of your screen. Quick throw on the wide receiver screen. Graham catches it, and he's got room to run. He'll be pushed out at the 17-yard line. Mylan Graham with a big reception.
Excellent play call, and New Haven's found something. New Haven puts the 4 receivers to the wide side, and they're able to get the block on the outside linebacker. So I like that. Look how quick it is, Jeff. Right, look at that block right there. And there you go. So New Haven's found something, but it's going to be important that New Haven scores on this drive because Leo is just going to try to take the air out of the football. But I like the tempo. I like the pass game now, and I like the fact they got Latham at tight end on the short side.
Mylan Graham goes 6 foot 150. Joe, he's only a freshman. Nice catch over the head, but that's going to be a loss of about 1 yard. Jalen Carpenter.
Yeah, and that time was a little bit of a bust for New Haven. They wanted to get that football to the outside receiver that had more room to make the play, but good job by those Leo Lions to run to the football and make that tackle. So New Haven likes this 4-receiver set. They think they found something. I tell you, you might be able to run Latham backside on a post corner and get yourself an easy touchdown.
2nd and 12 from the 20 for the Bulldogs. Mylan Graham now with 3 catches here in the second half. Look at that handoff, some trickery by Jakar Williams. Sanders doing a good job following his blockers. A big hit by Rylan Crawford, and the loss of forward progress going to go to about the 7. Wow. That's a gain of 13 yards.
Boy, that was slick. I liked how Williams kind of flipped that one behind his back, and Sanders and Crawford just go head-to-head down at the 5-yard line. Watch this. Look at that. That's slick right there. Watch Sanders cut right there. Nice. Look at this hit, Jeff. Boom. Woo-hoo-hoo. That'll rattle your dentures, baby.
Nice hit, but you also got to wrap up there. Sanders.
Exactly. You got to wrap it up, and you're absolutely right because Sanders is a good back, and he punishes Crawford on that. So let's see if New Haven can punch it in, Jeff.
1st and goal from the 7-yard line. Dre Wright and Sanders in the backfield in motion. Carpenter, and we got a flag.
Going to have false start that time. Or, excuse me, it's going to be offsides on Leo. Well, now, wait, the referees are confused. I thought it was a false start. Yeah, it's going to be a false start on New Haven. So Williams needs to let his guys get set on that, Jeff. That's a big break for Leo because that backs him up. So you're first and goal now at the 12. Good drive, though. Now you're starting to see New Haven use their speed on the outside, Jeff, and attack the edges. That's New Haven's game.
4 minutes here in the third quarter. New Haven definitely not out of this game, but they need a score here right now. Keep that sideline in it. So here from the second, they're going to check back to the sideline, look for a different play call. Lynn and the coaching staff signaling in. Right, in motion, Carpenter. The handoff to Sanders, and that's a read option where Williams keeps it himself. Williams powers it in from 12 yards out. Bulldogs on the board, down 21-6.
Wow, how about that play? I thought he was going to give it to Sanders. Sanders gets blown up, but then Williams pulls it out. Let's look at the traction AP replay. Watch Williams here, Jeff. Watch him run over the defender at the goal line. Right there, boom. Wow, that's a quarterback run over a defender there. 6'4", 220, baby. I dare you to tackle me. Wow.
Jakar Williams. And, Joe, we saw that in the first quarter where that didn't work so well and the ball went on the ground.
Yeah.
But the nerves are starting to settle. This is a big-time rivalry here in the NE8 between these two teams. Both of them have won this conference. It's been East Noble winning it as of late, but the Bulldogs are going to go for two. From the 3-yard line, Williams looking in the end zone, and what a catch!
Nice pass on the out, and New Haven now is starting to loosen up that defense. That was a quick speed out, and Williams puts the ball on the money, Jeff. So, wow, all of a sudden New Haven wakes up. Leo's going to have to put their foot in the gas again. You may need one more score if you're Leo because New Haven is really starting to take apart that defense now, Jeff.
Talking about threading the needle right there, Joe. Check it out one more time. This ball is caught by Nick Miles, the wide receiver. He's only a junior. There was very little room for error. Let's watch it one more time.
Yeah, watch the accuracy.
The window.
Yep.
Whoa.
Yeah.
That was almost tipped twice.
Williams can throw the ball so hard, and at times he can be extremely accurate. So it's a situation. The thing about Williams, though, he's a little bit streaky, but if he gets hot, look out. And I'd be concerned right now if I'm Coach Souder and Leo because once Williams starts to get in that groove, he can really take a football game over. But how about the hands for Miles? And what made that play also for Miles is his out was very sharp. He didn't round his route, and that's so key. So, wow, we got ourselves a football game now, my friend.
So the kickoff, that's going to be a squib out of bounds. Not going to like that one right there. I understand the squib. You want to keep it away from Caden Miller.
Yeah, that's so hard because you don't want to kick it to Miller, but you got to keep that ball in bounds because now you give him the ball at, the 35, Jeff? So that's huge field position for Leo. But Leo, I tell you what, since the first quarter, Jeff, New Haven shut down Leo's run game. If you remember, the score in the second half was that outstanding punt return by Miller. But other than that, Leo hasn't been able to do anything with their offense, so they need to kind of grind out some first downs here.
It's be 1st and 10 for Jackson Barber under center. And the Leo Lions, last possession, had to punt for Leo. This time, Caden Miller following his blockers. Be a gain of about 4 yards for the junior running back.
Yeah, and I like that play. Miller looked good on that. And I tell you what, I know Miller's so good in the middle. Boy, it'd be tempting here to maybe disguise him and put him at wingback and maybe give him a sweep here, Jeff, because he's so awesome in the open field.
They'll bring up 2nd and 7 for Leo. Joe, it's nice to have the fans back here at the student section. Fake on the handoff, pass downfield, that's picked off. A huge interception for New Haven in number 8, Trevion Thomas.
How about Thomas steps in front of it, and Barber can't throw that ball late. And I got to be honest with you, I'm shocked they threw the football there. You're up 21-8. You got Miller. I would have hammered away, but that time Barber, they run the play action, and Thomas makes a heck of a play, and that is a huge turnover, Jeff.
Yeah, we nearly saw the interception in the first half. That's the third interception on the season for the junior QB, Jackson Barber.
And now a chance for New Haven. Get your offense going. This is a chance to capitalize. I come back, and I throw those quick passes.
Joe, I'll tell you what, we're doing all these games every single week here on Summit City Sports. There are so many good underclassmen in this area.
Oh, the football is just fantastic.
Jakar Williams back. It's going to be a double pass. Williams still looking downfield. Has the freshman. He calls for the block. He'll run out of bounds after about a 4-yard gain. That's discipline for the Leo defense.
That's fantastic defense for Leo. And what happened was, the receiver for New Haven needed to hold that ball just a second longer to try to see if they could really disguise that play. But he did have a wide receiver open in the middle of the field. But nice job by Leo's back end to stay with their guys. So that was huge. I think Williams, got what he could out of that. Now we got a penalty. We'll see if it's going to be a sideline warning or a personal foul. If you're New Haven, man, you hope it's not a personal foul. I don't know if it was guys down there barking or what, but we'll see what it is. But, man, I'd pick that flag up because that's just, these teams are playing hard. But, wow, you're right, though, Jeff. That was great discipline on the back end by Leo. I thought he was going to get a big play there.
See what the call is down on the field. Is it a sideline?
I'm assuming it's sideline because they were upset because Williams took a blow and New Haven felt like it was late.
I got you.
I think the New Haven coaching staff was really upset and they dropped the flag, and I'm glad they picked that up. This is doing a good job. These referees are doing a good job out here tonight. So I'm glad they picked that up because you don't really want to impact the game. But now let's see what they do here, Jeff. Second down, and it feels like New Haven's got some momentum right now.
Yes, they do. After the interception and the big 12-yard touchdown by Jakar Williams, he followed that up with a 2-point conversion over to Nick Miles where he just threaded the needle. Bunch formation down on the bottom of your screen for wide receivers. Williams looking to the left side to the tight end. Lathan gets tied up, and they're going to call pass interference.
That's a great play call. Latham is 6'5", about 240. He's a basketball star. Williams had him that time, and there's your post corner, Mr. Mahoney, right on time. And really, that's not a bad penalty for Leo. Let's take a look at this. See the bunch to the short side. Look at that ball. He's got him, Jeff, and it's probably not a bad penalty for Leo because you don't want to give up the touchdown. Take the penalty, but don't give up the touchdown. But I love the way now how Coach Jimmy Lynn and the Bulldogs are attacking Leo. Oh, they picked it up.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
And they're going to call incidental contact.
That's no
there.
way. You can't make that call because he came over and took the wide receiver out. That's gotta be pass interference because that totally affected the play, and that happened before the ball got there. I don't agree with that one. And it's been a good crew tonight, but I don't agree with that one, Jeff.
I know, Joe, at first glance, I kind of thought the feet got tied up, incidental contact, and you're right. These referees are doing a fantastic job here at New Haven.
They've done an awesome job. The refs have been great all season long.
2:32 left to play here in the third. 3rd and 8 from the 49. Williams on the run. He's going to break the plane, and once again, that stiff arm is nasty as Tanner Jackson knocks him out of bounds.
And that's a nice job by Jackson. I mean, that is 6'4", 220 with a huge stiff arm, and Jackson gets him down. That's all you want. I don't punt here. It's 4th down. I roll the dice here. It's 21-8. You've got the momentum, and if I'm Leo, I'd be very careful of a fake here because you know who's the punter. It's your quarterback. Watch, Jackson did a great job of getting them down.
Williams with the punt. Another big punt. Joe, he kicks that thing 55 yards, no problem.
I disagree with that. Now, again, my coaching experience has been kindergarten flag football, but I would have rolled the dice. You're on their side of the field. You've been doing a good job stopping their run. I would have rolled the dice and went for that there. But we'll see. If the defense can stop them and hold them, you've got plenty of time. How about Homestead? 7-0 over Dwenger. I told you how good that Homestead defense was. And, we talk about Luke Palmer. How about the nose tackle, Matt Miller? Matt Miller's been awesome this year for Homestead. And I've heard Austin Keyser's already made 5 tackles in the game. That corner, he's having an all-conference season, too. So Homestead's defense is stepping up tonight.
1st and 10 from the 20, as that's a big hit by Isaac Carswell. And still falling forward is the running back. Was that number 21, Carson Hepner?
Yeah, nice call. That's exactly who that is. And how about Carswell? Has he come alive here in the second half? And I think Leo's in a bit of trouble with their offense now, Jeff. There's just no holes right now. New Haven is dominating Leo at the point of attack now, and man, Leo's scared to death to throw the football because of the turnover they got last time. But, man, you're going to have to do something because New Haven has done a nice job with the adjustments with their defense.
Isaac Carswell there with the big collision, and the running back was able to roll off for 2 more. This time, Barber keeps it himself, but he's wrapped up, and you know who that is. Number 9, Jamarian Hagler.
Yeah, I don't think Leo can throw the ball. That was going to be a play-action pass. And Hagler rolls through. What you're seeing now, Jeff, is you talked about the size of Leo early on. Now the speed of the New Haven defenders. Look at Hagler come through. Now you're seeing the speed of the New Haven defenders win at the point of attack because there's so many defenders at the line of scrimmage, Jeff. Leo cannot get those guys blocked. So I imagine Leo will probably be careful here and throw the football and use their good punter to punt it away.
Leo was up 21-0. Now we got a ball game as Barber's going to hand it off, and another stuff right at the line of scrimmage. Coming off the bottom of the pile was big number 70 for the Bulldogs, Pete Pori. He's a senior at 5'10", 210.
Yeah, he's a big boy too, and I know he's one of your favorites, Jeff. He's the only kid for New Haven that plays both ways, and he plays nose tackle. So what's that tell you about Pete Pori? Tough, hard-nosed kid, but Leo's got a problem now. Leo's got a real problem with their offense now, but let's see if New Haven can take advantage on this next drive, and maybe New Haven gets some good field position.
Pori, the starting offensive tackle, also with 2 tackles for a loss entering today. So another big punt coming in for McCauley, trying to flip the field there from the 20-yard line, and that's going to roll to about the 48. Good field position for New Haven coming up, as that's going to do it for the third quarter. Leo up 21-8, but the momentum with the Bulldogs. We'll be right back here on Summit City Sports.
The Kelly Automotive Group is simple, transparent, reliable. Simple. Our customer specialists make buying a car easy and fun. Transparent. Our price listed is the best price. No hassle, no gimmicks. Reliable. Buy with confidence and peace of mind. We work hard to ensure the best value however you shop. Come see us in Decatur at the 2733 Auto Mall and shop 7 brands in one location. The Kelly Automotive Group. Simple, transparent, reliable.
Welcome back, everybody. New Haven going to take over 1st and 10 from the 48-yard line to start the fourth quarter. And Jakar Williams out there, is he going to keep going to the freshman wide receiver? They're building a little bit of a rapport here with Mylan Graham, who had 3 receptions in the third quarter.
And I think sooner or later Lane Woodson, the third, is going to get loose. But remember last week, New Haven was down 10 in the fourth quarter and rallied. Can they rally tonight?
Yeah, I'm still waiting for that big bomb to Woodson. I don't think Leo wants it to happen. That's an out pass to Jalen Carpenter. And that was kind of weird. That was like a chest pass in basketball.
Yeah, he just kind of pushed it to him. But look at Leo out there having all the respect for Woodson, that Woodson runs the play off and Carpenter gets a big play. Watch the Traction AP replay. There's nobody out there because Woodson runs everybody off. A nice job by Carpenter to get upfield. So Williams really heated up last week in the fourth quarter against Pioneer. And I tell you what, got to give credit to Coach Jimmy Lynn, electing not to go on fourth down and punt. He believed in his defense, and it paid off for him. So good coaching decision by Coach Lynn.
Yeah, another fantastic punt by Jakar Williams. So 1st and 10 now from the 38-yard line. Williams looking downfield. Bobe flushes him out of the pocket, and that's a complete pass. Nice job by the junior quarterback, as once again, Graham with another reception.
Nice route by Graham, but that's why the D1 recruiters are so interested in Williams, because he's so strong. Watch Williams on the replay in the pocket. Watch this. He slide steps to the left. Look, he's got guys hanging on him, and he still has the arm strength to stick it downfield. Great play by Williams.
In motion is number 20, Jalen Carpenter. Offset left. Sanders, what a spin move in the backfield. That'll be a gain of about 5 yards. That's probably the prettiest 5 yards I've seen in a week.
Tremendous balance. I thought Leo had him in the backfield. And wow, it seems like New Haven always has a good back, but that's a phenomenal 5-yard run by Sanders. Watch that. I tell you what, that was incredible, Jeff, the spin move on that one.
Sanders with a little hee-hee. Boom! That is so quick. Woo. Left the defender hugging air. Brings up 2nd and 7 from the 22. Sanders once again takes the handoff. Leo gonna... Wow, three defenders got out Sanders that time. That's pursuit.
That was pursuit, and Hepner makes the play, and I thought Sanders was going to spin one more time and get the corner, but nice job by Carson Hepner just to get enough of them to put him down. So, man, I tell you, Sanders is explosive out there. So now you got 3rd down. This is where I'd look for Latham on this play right here.
South Adams over Heritage, 55-8.
Third and 7 from the 22. This time Dre Wright in the backfield, offset left, right now in the flats. And Williams going to go to him. That time he looked off the defender. Wright got past the first, but was tackled by Bobe. Bobe just keeps on making tackles.
Bobe, another big play to get Wright down. I thought Wright was going to muscle his way to the sticks, but Bobe makes the play. So now it's a 4th down. New Haven's going to hurry up and snap it, see if they can get Leo in a bad package, but this is a big play here.
Looks like the Bulldogs going to call a timeout here.
That's a good timeout by Coach Lynn, because you got 9 minutes left in this game. This is a huge 4th down. Get organized. Make sure you got the play in that you want.
It's actually a Leo timeout.
Well, I think Leo wasn't sure about their package. Leo had defensive backs that were switching, so maybe a good timeout for Coach Souder, too. Big play for both teams, Jeff.
You know, we talked about this Leo defense staying disciplined. Check it out, Joe. 1 hat, 2 hats, 3 hats, and Sanders finally goes down. That's just one of those plays where if you're Sanders, the running back, you're like, get off me, exactly. I'm out of breath.
I know. And if you're absolutely right. I thought he was going to get the corner on the last one, but you make a great point. Leo is running to the football. Leo has the discipline. Now, if you're Leo, you need your big guy, Livingston, right here to make a play. You know, you've got a big mismatch in the defensive line against the New Haven offensive line. Can he break through and make a play? So we'll see. Huge play here. And if I'm New Haven, I like a short pass, but I also like the fact I got Williams' legs.
4th and 5 from the 20. Lots of options here. 2 wide receivers. Carpenter in motion. Trips up top. Offset left is Dre Wright in the backfield. Williams with the pump fake. Now the lob into the end zone. And wow, was that in the hands of Woodson? That was triple coverage.
I can't believe he threw it. Leo knew it was coming. Leo had the perfect coverage on. I thought Williams could have tucked it maybe and run out to the right. I still think Woodson had a chance to catch it. Let's take a look here on the Traction AP replay. Oh, he dropped it in there. But that's pretty good defense out there for Leo. And boy, oh boy, do they dodge a bullet, Leo. Let's see if Woodson can get that in his hands. That ball's right there. Looked like maybe Crawford broke it up at the end.
And I'll tell you what, only 3 defenders rushing on the play, so Leo kept 8 defenders back.
Yeah.
That was triple coverage there on Woodson.
Yeah, they guessed right. They thought that New Haven might throw the fade, so great defense that time with Leo.
1st and 10 at the 20. And
wow, that's Carswell again on Miller. I can't wait to see this replay. Miller gets a couple of yards, Jeff, at the point of attack, and Carswell wraps him up and then just picks him up and deposits him on the turf. Take a look at this. This is a linebacker player. Look at that right there. Boom, I got you. Get down now. Wow, impressive. But you gotta now, if you're New Haven, you got to be cognizant of your timeouts, too, because Leo's going to be fine. Just run the ball up the middle here. You're under 9 minutes now in the 4th quarter.
2nd and 8 now. Another quick-hitting play. This time it's going to be a gain of about 3 yards.
Carswell again makes the play, so now you need to stop here and get off the field. Now, if you're Leo, this would be huge if you can get a first down here. If you get a first down, you can extend the chains and maybe run 3 or 4 minutes off the clock. So right now, this is danger time for New Haven. You got to get a stop here, Jeff.
Another interception here in Leo territory would be nice for the Bulldogs and Coach Lynn, who's never beat Leo. 3rd and 5 from the 25. Handoff to Hepner, and he's stuffed. That's going to be a gain of about 1 or 2.
And it's amazing how New Haven has absolutely shut down this run game after the 1st quarter, Jeff. Leo has done absolutely nothing since the 1st quarter.
Yeah, you're right about that. And it's the linebackers, like you said. I'd put Dre Wright down there on the defensive line. These linebackers are making plays.
That's what they're
all
doing.
Over the place.
Yeah, because Wright is such a penetrator and a disruptor. It frees up Carswell to make every single tackle. So I loved what New Haven's done with their defensive adjustment. Now let's see if their offense can hurry up and get a couple more scores.
Colley. Big punt. Look at that thing. Sky high. Bounces at the 29. And he will pin Leo inside all the way to the 1 yard line. Wow. Carson McCauley.
What a punter. You talk about an all-conference punter, maybe an all-state punter. Fantastic job. But if I'm Coach Lynn, I am so upset with my return men now. You have got to catch that football. And if it's over your head, you got to get back and catch it. You catch that football, saves you 25 yards, but that might be lights out there with the punter, McCauley, and he has just done that over and over for Leo. What a special teams weapon.
Wow.
That is just so impressive. Unbelievable, Jeff. What was that? How far was that? That had to be about, 60-yard punt at least. But what was so impressive is he rolls it inside the 10-yard line. Wow. What a weapon for Leo, Jeff.
Joe, the line of scrimmage there was at the 28-yard line.
Holy smokes.
So that was a punt of over 60.
That was 71.
Williams, this is where his first possession started off at the 1 yard line. He's going to run it himself. The big stiff arm all the way to the 8 yard line, so a gain of 7.
Boy, he wanted to come back so badly to Woodson, but he was covered by the Leo secondary. So good job on the secondary for Leo, and they'll give that play up to Williams, but nice job on the secondary for Leo, Jeff.
Bring up 2nd and 2 from the 1.
Yeah, that was a 71-yard punt. Unbelievable.
It really is. 3 wide receivers up top. Latham was down there on the wing, wide open, and the catch by number 22. Miles for the Bulldogs. He's the one that caught the 2-point conversion.
Yeah, he's a good player. Lots of speed in the slot. And if Williams can just get that ball up a little bit, Miles can make some yards after that catch. But that play is there. The hook on the inside to the slot is there all night long. So let's see if New Haven comes back to it.
Joe, I'll tell you, the passing game, it took a while to get going, but New Haven has been deadly out there, 1st and 10 from the 25. Williams again downfield. In the middle of the field, finds Carpenter down to the 40. That's a gain of 15 yards.
That's beautiful. Those slots and posts to the inside, that's the weakness in the Leo defense, because Leo is playing that cover too, and they're dropping so far back because of Woodson. They have so much respect for Woodson, they have to drop back. The Williams can pick the middle of that defense apart. So nice pass, way to step up in the pocket, and New Haven's in business.
Joe, virtually no rush by the Leo defense. Once again, 3 down linemen. That's all coming in after Williams. How is there going to be a holding with just 3 down linemen?
There's a flag down.
And
I didn't see the hold. I thought that Williams was out of the pocket so fast. And it's going to be tough for New Haven with that 3-man front, 8 guys in, and you may just have to run Williams a little bit, but that's a devastating holding call.
Joe, I'll tell you what, Jakar Williams wants to show everybody he's the man. He certainly is, but he's got to be careful with with that late pushing.
Yeah, he dumped that Leo defender. I thought he was going to get a flag, and he's very lucky because he planted that Leo defender out of bounds.
If you're Jakar Williams, you're too good.
Yeah, you got to be careful with that. You know, you made your point. You're running guys over, but you got to be careful. You don't want to hurt your team. Look how big that penalty was on holding. That takes them all the way back. Wow. It's going to be 1st and 26? Wow. That's a huge penalty, Jeff.
21-8 is your score. I'll tell you what, Leo's been showing brilliance out here, but they got to get it together. They got to get a couple plays in a row so they can get downfield. Carpenter going to reset on the bottom of your screen over the middle, and that's going to be picked off. Williams picked off by Rylan Crawford. Crawford going to take it all the way to the house. Interception return for Rylan Crawford, and that should just about do it here for the Bulldogs.
And you ordered it up. I tell you what, you said Leo needs to make a play. Williams had Miles on the post. Just put it behind him and watch Crawford, the ball hawk. Williams misses Miles. Look at Crawford. I'll take that. And watch him take that and take it to the house. And that's your game right there. That's a huge play by Crawford. Crawford's only a junior, 6'3", 180. A very intriguing prospect. Another D1 prospect in this area, but Williams just has to be accurate with that football in that situation.
McCauley in for the extra point. 27-8. It's up and it's good. That's automatic. So you're watching Indiana High School football here on Summit City Sports. 28-8. Leo, that was a huge play.
Yeah, big play. Williams had the post, but Crawford sits in that cover 2 position and makes that play. So just seems like when Leo needed a big play, they got it, Jeff. You know, they really haven't done much on offense since the first quarter, but Miller gets the big punt return. Crawford makes the big play on defense, and Leo's just rolling along.
Crawford picked that ball off at the 44. So we'll be right back.
I choose to do whole body cryotherapy after practices, games, and training. It reduces inflammation in my muscles and allows me to move more agile throughout my profession. I became a believer in iCryo after my severe injury in college at Notre Dame, tore my ACL, and I was looking for ways to recover, ways to get back on the field. So I'm thankful for iCryo.
Welcome back, everybody. Rylan Crawford with the 43-yard interception return for the touchdown. Puts Leo up by 20. That time McCauley did not kick it out the back of the end zone, but nonetheless still effective.
Yep, and some scores updates for you. Snyder gets a touchdown. They're 14-7 over Southside in the fourth quarter, so come on, Archers. Concordia, last report, was just absolutely rolling Lures. I think that was 38-0, Jeff. And Carroll's all over Northrop. So some updates for you. Columbia City's all over Huntington North tonight, so Columbia City's going to move to 4-0. Norwell is like huge over Belmont tonight, so Norwell gets a win to kind of after that loss last week to Leo. So good updates around the area. Last report we had, it was 7-0 Homestead out southwest.
Yeah, and Bronte Johnson there with a 30-yard reception. He is a fantastic freshman at Northside.
Yeah, he has really dominated early on.
First and 10. Wide receiver screen. It's going to be taken up to about the 8-yard gain, about to the 43-yard line by Graham.
And it's interesting because Wayne challenged Northside early, and now Northside's starting to just put it on Wayne. But, it took a little bit for Northside to wake up. But that's going to be a team to watch the rest of the way, Northside. It'll be interesting if Northside can make some adjustments because they'll probably see Dwanger again in the playoffs.
Just as soon as I tweet out that Williams is starting to figure out this Leo defense, boom, Rylan Crawford comes up with a 43-yard interception return for a touchdown. That's a pick by Landon Livingston, a defensive lineman's dream at the 45-yard line.
Are you kidding me? Did you see Livingston lay out for that football? That might be number one on your top 10 list. Let's see a guy 6'5", 275 on the Traction AP replay. Watch this athletic play.
Well, you know what, Joe? He trains with Traction AP. And look at the hands.
You know what he's saying right now? He's on the sideline saying to Coach Souter, hey, I can play that tight end position. You could throw me the ball at the tight end position. I'm telling you what, all these kids that Traction AP train and put out are just sick with the athletic ability and the skill set. Every single week we talk about the Traction AP kids.
So Landon Livingston lays out. Now you're right. It's going to be run, run, run. Tick, tick, tick. Look at the little juke by number 23 for the Lions, Ethan Crawford.
I like Crawford. He's not the biggest, but he runs like he's big. And that time he shows you a little change of pace, gets the corner, and now New Haven's just starting to slowly put Leo's starting to slowly put New Haven away. But, man, I tell you what, you saw the stars in the second half for Leo. Well, it was Livingston, Crawford, or Miller step up and make those plays, Jeff.
Landon Livingston lays out for the INT. Outstanding. This time the pitch goes over to Jackson. Tanner Jackson going to fall forward. That's what I like about Jackson. He's always falling forward. That time gain of 4.
Yeah, he runs hard, and he eats a lot of those big runs between the tackles and just punishes the defenders when he goes. But I tell you what, Miller's a junior. Livingston's a junior. Barber's a junior. I mean, they got so many underclassmen. Crawford. That tight end we didn't see tonight, DJ Kelly.
Michael O'Brien, number 22, into the game now for Leo. On 2nd and 7 from the 28, Barber under center. Once again, Crawford following Caden Miller as lead blocker, and Sanders comes up with the tackle.
Yeah, nice play by Sanders to get him down, but nice job by Crawford to follow the blocks. And that's the one thing, too, that I really want to compliment Coach Souter on is his running backs really follow the blocks. Whether they're in the hole or the outside, they're patient runners and do a great job running that ball.
4:28 now. And counting here in the fourth quarter. Leo looking to improve its record to 3-1 on the season. New Haven will fall to 3-1 if this score holds up with 4:10 and counting. 28-8. Look at Caden Miller. Get out of that tackle. Stretches it out. Hagler's going to throw him out of bounds after a gain of about 10 yards.
It's a great run by Miller. I'm telling you. Remember Darren Sproles that played for the Philadelphia Eagles?
Sure.
And then played for the Saints? Boy, he runs just like Darren Sproles.
You'll see Caden Miller takes it. Once again, nothing there, but just spins right out of the tackle. by number 25. Actually, I believe that was number 35, Mason Moore, who's had a fantastic day on defense for New Haven. They'll bring up 2nd and 3 after the 7-yard gain. Ball at the 14. And the first handoff goes to Caden Miller up the gut. That'll be a touchdown, his 4th of the game. 14-yard score for the junior Caden Miller.
Nice run again by Miller, and Leo just uses their size and wears New Haven down. Again, the one cut, the quickness by Miller, and he motors into the end zone. Boy, he's tough to tackle, Jeff. Watch the replay. Look at that one cut, and he's in the end zone.
Four touchdowns for Caden Miller. Of course, one of those was on the punt return, Joe.
Yeah, but Leo really responded in the fourth quarter. They were on the ropes, but Leo sucked it up and responded in the fourth quarter, and it seems like their stars just made play after play.
McCauley, it's up, and it's good. Joe, just like that, Leo puts another touchdown on the board.
Yeah, it was 21-8 just a few minutes ago. We felt like New Haven might be able to put a drive together, but Leo responds. And that's the thing that's nice about when you have a power rushing attack late in the game. When teams get tired, you can really put teams away, Jeff.
Wow, and that all started with the Landon Livingston INT, where the defensive lineman laid out, used his fingertips. He has soft hands, Joe.
He does have soft hands, and I'm telling you, right now he's going to work Coach Souter all next week for being on a tight end package after that.
Yeah.
But he's going to be, I tell you what, you know how the kids love to Twitter and send the plays around. That play's going to be going all over northern Indiana tonight.
I mean, give me a break. It's got to be, I don't know, what do you think? Goal line offense, pop pass to Landon Livingston out in the flats. Maybe line him up in the backfield.
I'll tell you what, he can sell it now after that play. You imagine 6'5", 275 coming out of the wing back to catch a pass. Who wants to make that tackle? You thought it was tough getting Williams down 6'4", 220.
Joe, it is tough getting Williams down.
It is. He is a big quarterback.
35-8, McCauley, another big kick, and that one is going to result in a touchback. Carpenter went up to snag it.
And how about McCauley? How big was that punt, Jeff, that 71-yard punt?
It's huge.
That just seemed to really back New Haven up and just take the life out of New Haven.
It's a huge punt. He's been doing it all year long. And now, New Haven's in a situation where they need to throw the long ball, but Leo's going to keep only sending 3 defensive linemen. They're going to have 8 back in coverage. They've been doing it almost this whole second half. It's resulted in 2 interceptions, one of those being returned for a touchdown.
Yeah, and all you can do for New Haven is just swing the ball to the running back on a pass out of the backfield because Leo's going to keep everything in front of them. Leo's well coached. I can't say enough about Coach Souter. He's won 75% of his games, and Leo just across the board is well coached.
Carpenter in motion. And I'll tell you what, a lot of people said, hey, Leo's going to have to throw it. Leo's going to have to throw it. It's worked out just fine. That pass a little bit behind Woodson.
Yeah, just a little bit behind him, and Woodson was open, and he wanted that ball bad. So that's a situation where Williams has got to plant that backside leg and really put that ball on the money because if Woodson can catch that in stride, he's going to make a big play.
Absolutely. We're going to try to head down after the game and get some sound here from Leo. On 2nd and 10 from the 20. New Haven obviously with a good team here. Nice change of direction, but a big hit. That was number 27. Was it 27 for Leo? Robert Pelkington?
Let's take a look and see. That was a great fill by the linebacker. Maybe 22 that time. I think that was, let's see here. That's Mike O'Brien. Mike O'Brien making that tackle. That's a heck of a play by O'Brien to fill that hole. And I tell you, those inside linebackers for Leo are also underrated. Played well last week against Norwell, but O'Brien is a baller out there.
That he is. 3:10 and counting here. New Haven looking to suffer their first loss of the season here at home. Williams with the handoff to Sanders. This time he's met by big number 25. Dolan Wirtz. Wirtz has got an interception in this game.
Yeah, Wirtz has played well, too. Wirtz and O'Brien do a nice job of stuffing it in the middle of the field. So,
wasn't it Wirtz here on the near side that jumped that route?
Jumped the route and got the interception. So, Leo's played good defense tonight. To hold this New Haven team to only 8 points is quite an effort on the defense for Leo.
Now on 4th and 7, Williams, he will punt it. He is definitely a threat here for these Bulldogs. It's going to roll all the way to the 38-yard line down by Lane Woodson. So with 2:19 remaining, that's going to all but do it here with Leo up 35-8.
Yeah, good performance for Leo, power football, and then also all phases of the game. The defense steps up. Offense played well in the first half. And I tell you what, special teams was huge again, Jeff.
Caden Miller with 4 touchdowns. Obviously, that was a fantastic performance. Our player of the game, Landon Livingston, leading the way on the offensive line, plus with the interception. That's a defensive lineman's dream right there, Joe. The only thing better would have been if he returned it for 6. 1st and 10 from the 38, 2:19 here in the 4th. Handoff right up the guts. That Tanner Jackson being brought down from behind.
Boy, that Jackson runs hard, too. And they just have so many pieces in the backfield that they can hit you with. So, nice run by Jackson. And there's no juking. There's no playing around. It's get the ball and get upfield.
Yeah, I like Tanner Jackson a lot as a running back here. He's always falling forward.
Yeah, good ball player, Jeff.
Some guys, they're such a good player because they do what they're coached to do,
Yeah, and Leo's so well coached. And I tell you what, again, it's a compliment to Coach Souter because his kids play so hard for him, Jeff.
Now we got the victory formation. So, Joe, let's give it a shot. Look up here in the press box. Yeah, it's turned on. I'll turn you up when you get down there. But that is all but going to do it. Joe Walburn's going to head down to get you some post-game sound here from New Haven.
2 adult guests per player.
A big win by Leo, 35-8 in the victory formation. Caden Miller with 4 touchdowns. First one was a 36-yard score, a 2-yard touchdown. Miller with the punt return. That was huge. Punt return of, what was that, the 23, 67-yard punt return, something along those lines. Williams with the 12-yard touchdown for New Haven. And then the 14-yard touchdown run by Caden Miller, and Rylan Crawford with the 43-yard interception return. So there's your scoring in this game. And folks, make sure you check out 260 Sports or on Twitter or Summit City Sports on Facebook so you can relive all the great plays from this game. All the highlights tweeted and posted there for you. Landon Livingston, nice looking INT as Jackson Barber is going to hand it off to the referee. And that will do it. That's a final here from New Haven, 35-8. We'll be right back with some interviews following this quick break.
A reminder to fans, please stay off the track.
Jeff, I'm down here with Caden Miller. Caden Miller, Joe Walburn with Summit City Sports. Congratulations on the 4 touchdowns. Talk to me about the punt return. That ball was fumbled. What was going through your head when you picked that up?
To be honest, I don't really even know. I was like, the ball was on the ground. I was like, should I jump on it or take it? I took it, and I split the 2 defenders right there, and I was like, all right, I might be able to take this back. And then I was running. I cut the dude off to the left, and then there's another dude running, kind of stiffed arm a little bit, and then I just had to beat him to the outside. It was crazy.
It was awesome to watch. And I tell you what, Jeff Mahoney and I, we love the way you run. You're so patient, but when you see that daylight in the hole, one cut and go, right?
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, it's kind of what the offense is designed for, is kind of let me just be patient with the run and just break it free if I see it. Yeah.
How nice is it to play with guys like like Livingston and guys in front of you that are so big with the offensive line to be able to run behind those guys?
It's so great. They create such big holes. Ethan, Landon, the other Ethan, man, it's crazy. They're phenomenal.
Lastly, what's it like to wake up on Friday morning and know that Friday night you're going to wear the colors of Leo and represent the Leo community playing high school football?
It's awesome. Leo is such a great community and what we stand for, and every day we preach to get better, every practice, and I think that showed out tonight.
Well, congratulations on the win. It was a big win for you. You were great out there.
Okay, so that's Joe Walburn down there with Caden Miller. Once again, 4 touchdowns in this game. We're going to see if Joe might be able to get one more guy. That's Landon Livingston, who's being interviewed on the far sideline. Once again, up next here for Leo. They're going to host East Noble next week in a big-time NE8 matchup. New Haven's going to travel to Norwell, Columbia City at DeKalb. When you look at New Haven's schedule, they're going to be at Columbia City September the 25th, and then they will host East Noble October the 9th. For Leo, they will be at Columbia City on October the 9th. So the big East Noble matchup next week, and then Columbia City on October 9th. Leo on the road for the Eagles game in the Eagles' brand new stadium. There's Matthew Bobe, one of the last players to walk off the field for the Lions. He did such a great job defensively all night long for these Lions, getting it done. And Landon Livingston still on the far side. He's picking up the flag.
Coach Seiler, it's Joe Walburn with Summit City Sports. Congratulations on the win. Through your career, you've always prided yourself on good special teams. And it seemed like tonight, the big punt return, the special teams really helped you guys tonight.
Yeah, absolutely. When you have guys like Caden and Carson, McCauley on the punt, what they did really in the second half were 2 just huge plays, obviously. But really, it's the punt return team tonight. Outstanding on that play. A lot of effort on that play. It wasn't a clean punt return. We dropped the ball, and Kane's able to make his way through it. But we had guys blocking downfield. So that's a credit to our kids, our special teams coordinator, Coach McKenzie. Just do a great job working throughout the week, and just did a great job on the punt return. And then Carson, he's got. I don't want to trade him for anybody in terms of his punting and kicking ability. He's a special talent, and the 71-yard punt that we had there, was a huge play in this game.
How about your defense? Jakar Williams is such a threat with the run and pass, but I thought your kids were so well coached. Everybody played their responsibility, and I think when you watch the tape tomorrow, you're going to be really pleased just the discipline of your defense.
I absolutely agree with you. I'm looking forward to watching that tape because just like last week, defense stepped up, offense struggled, in the second half a little bit, but defense stepped up, played assignment football. And that's what we told them this week, got to play assignment football. And, our defensive staff, Coach Zenner, DC, just did a great job this week preparing those guys from, Monday on, and the guys bought in. And, that was the result you get when they do that. And so, this is a good New Haven football team, and our guys just played really well tonight.
And lastly, I always feel like a mark of a great coach is how hard his kids play for him. Your kids play so hard for you. And what does that mean to you to come out here and coach the Leo Lions on a Friday night in high school football and just see these kids play so hard for you, Coach?
Well, that's the kids, That's just their will, and they're a group with a great deal of pride. And their performance and what they want to accomplish and their goals. And it doesn't just happen on a Friday night. They come out Monday through Thursday and work on it. And so that's them. That's not so much coaching. That's just a group of kids and a group of seniors who want to win and, work really hard to achieve their goals.
Well, congratulations tonight. That's a big win, and good luck next week with East Noble, Coach.
Thank you.
So that will do it, folks. Once again, it's Leo winning it 35-8 here from New Haven. Thanks so much for joining us on behalf of Joe Walburn, Pat Reith on camera. My name is Jeff Mahoney. Until next time, have a wonderful rest of the weekend. Thanks for joining us.
Sure, we have to do this. A bit of a hill. His mother said, if you're coming to school, you got to bring your sister because they have to go and work in the fields. So this kid carries his 1-year-old sister everywhere. A lot of those kids don't eat in the morning. A lot of those kids, the only place they do eat is at that school.
I thought going up that mountain, Mary's meals can reach everywhere that there's a hungry child.
You see what happens after a simple meal? It just came to life.
Love reaches everywhere.
Parkview Sports Medicine's integrated sports medicine team is built to serve the needs of all athletes in all sports. Our team's only goal is to improve athletes in every facet. PSM offers performance training to help athletes get better on the field, dedicated athletic rehabilitation and physical therapy to help them get better off of it, certified athletic trainers in our PSM schools providing daily support to our athletes, and a specialized orthopedic walking clinic when injury strikes. Call 260-266-4007 to speak to our care navigators or visit ParkviewSportsMedicine.com to learn more about what we can do to improve athletes at all levels. Parkview Sports Medicine. Become more. Joint pain, sprains, strains, or a possible broken bone? Make the Parkview Ortho Express Walk-In Clinic your first stop when you have an orthopedic or sports injury. Call 260-266-4007 for more information.
Welcome to the Summit City, home to the 260's dedicated high school athletes and fans. Each victory and celebration captured by our cameras. Treasure the highlights from the Summit Athletic Conference this season, or complete games live or on demand. After all, nobody's more proud to call Fort Wayne home than SummitCitySports.com.
I was once a Southside kid who was led on a journey by high school football. A journey that taught me discipline, toughness, and the skills that made me a success. As a businessman with a CPA license who owns his own firm, I still use the building blocks of high school sports in my everyday life. Someday sports will end no matter what level you reach, but you will be left with the skills to compete in the next game, the game of life.
Joint pain, sprains, strains, or a possible broken bone? Make the Parkview Ortho Express Walk-In Clinic your first stop when you have an orthopedic or sports injury. Parkview Ortho Express, located at the Sport One Parkview Fieldhouse, gives you access to quick care and orthopedic physicians when you need it most. Get x-rays, treatment, and referrals to Parkview Care, all in the convenience of a walk-in clinic. Call 260-266-4007 for more information.
Thank you for watching Summit City Sports. To help broaden our coverage, we're asking you to become a monthly sponsor to our Patreon account. We produce weekly highlights and live video broadcast. When the Homestead girls golf team won its first state title in program history, we were there. When Fort Wayne brought back 3 state titles in cross country, we were there. We believe in sharing positive stories and setting the standard for how high school sports should be covered. Join us and donate today.
The Kelly Automotive Group is simple, transparent, reliable. Simple. Our customer specialists make buying a car easy and fun. Transparent. Our price listed is the best price. No hassle, no gimmicks. Reliable. Buy with confidence and peace of mind. We work hard to ensure the best value however you shop. Come see us in Decatur at the 2733 Auto Mall and shop 7 brands in one location. The Kelly Automotive Group. Simple, transparent, reliable.
This is an invitation to join a movement propelled by people who care and members who have a share in the place they bank.
Good morning, Sam.
So when you have the chance to get your first home loan, you know an expert will guide you every step of the way. Or when it's time to buy your new car, you'll be treated like more than just a credit score.
Good news, ProFed can get you that payment.
This is an invitation to a place where simply belonging can help enrich your whole community. ProFed Credit Union. You're invited.